Welcome back. Still recovering from that rather mind-blowing loss Elevate had to Optic Gaming there. Again, we said it before. Go back and watch it if you did not catch it. I'm your host, Katie Bedford, joined by Nameless, Study, and Pac-Man here on our desk. We have 2 more series for you today. But before we get into talking about Reciprocity and Envy, I have a question for the desk. And I'm going to start with Study. I want to know, of all of the players in Pro League, who do you believe has improved the most over the entire season?
For all the players in the Pro League, I'm definitely going to have to go with Attach. This is a guy who went through the PLQ and didn't qualify, then found his way onto a team and has just been destroying ever since he's been in Pro League, averaging 1.3s in hardpoint. The guy's definitely living up to the player that he used to be. Was just that young core champion, and he's definitely looking forward to just taking EG to the next level.
All right, Attach. Pac, what do you say?
I'm going to go with Slacked. I mean, at the beginning of the year, he literally had... It was called the Slack Slam. He was so bad with the grapple. He's so good with Tempest. He wasn't good with that, and he embraced it himself and then became a really solid player. It's part of the reason why Luminosity does have a championship in this game, and he's just been a really consistent player for them. Maybe not the best player on the league, but his role is tough, and he's been doing a really good job of it, especially from where he started in this game.
Okay, Attached, Slacked, Nameless.
I'm going to go with Kenny. I mean, 100 Thieves is the best team in the game, and there was a legitimate argument that he could have been MVP at the last tournament. It was like him, Octane, or Slasher. Who are you picking? And in the beginning of the season, he was getting absolutely roasted by everybody because he was actually like a bad player in the beginning, and then he just improved gradually over time, and now he's back to that, form that he was in World War II. So I think that he deserves, some spotlight for that. But one other player I wanted to say that none of us brought up is Cellium. Aches? No. Absolutely not. Cellium. I think Cellium has improved a lot. I mean, he started 0-11 versus Optic Gaming. A lot of people were very hard on him, including myself when he first bursted into the scene, and now he's been performing at a high level for a few months now.
All right, let's see. We also asked Twitter using the hashtag CWLPS4 that same question, and from Sacrifice TJ, he had a decent Vegas event, did awful at Fort Worth, and has been on a
TJ was frying at Vegas. They lost 4 maps.
That guy's a hater.
Oh my God.
Or
is he like have to
wait, that was like reverse hate. He wanted to say TJ so bad to that. He just said TJ didn't play good at that. I don't know. Next tweet.
Next tweet. All right, moving on. Next tweet from Antonio Brack. Mostly due to not being a top player in the beginning of the title, he has an amazing head on his shoulders, and his gun skill isn't something to look away from either. I see him doing big things.
I think that's a good answer. I mean, I never heard of Brack before the season. now he's like a superstar player on the league. I think that's a solid answer.
One more tweet to go. What else you guys had to say from Looney? Kenny, and it's not even close. Everyone was on his case every time he had a bad map due to being the MVP last season. That is very true, and look at how far he's come. Of course, his team now back-to-back in
I can't believe you just said that.
Yeah, right. I can't believe Danny's gassing up.
And not Pierce. Danny, you serious?
Can't Dance, and Envy. That is coming up next. Envy still looking for any sort of a win and going up against Reciprocity, who has the worst, you can see there, control record in the league. So to that note, Study, do you think maybe that's an opening for Envy to take advantage of?
It definitely is an opening, but the opening side of Reciprocity is going to be that game too. Envy are currently on a 14-game losing spree, and yesterday these guys ended up getting 3-0'd by E-United, but it was a really good series. On the other hand, Envy got 3-0'd by Gen G. Wasn't even close. So I'm expecting this to be a gauntlet battle, but it's all going to come out. If Envy's able to take this first hard point, then they can have some confidence, even if they go down and lose.
Now it becomes a thing. It's like, dude, we can't be the first team that Envy starts winning maps.
Yeah, right.
Now the duo on this team, right? Just playing at such a high pace that they're both top 10 hardpoint engagements per minute. And, when you watch them play, it's like those two, when they're going off, is when Reciprocity's really having success in respawn. So gotta look for Zed to continue what he's been doing lately.
I don't expect yesterday we saw Dens running a GKS. I don't think anybody's going to be running a GKS from this point out, especially when you're playing Hacienda hardpoint and your main ICR is running a GKS. I hope he watched our segment after his match, because please don't do that again. Simple as that. You're the main ICR. You got to be holding down those long lanes so you can hold an actual setup so your team can actually win these hard points.
My biggest thing with them was they were getting kills. That was no problem.
Yeah,
Versus United,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they outplayed them.
Like individual players in United are very talented. So they were winning most of their gunfights against them. They were getting control. The problem was they were just giving it up. They're flying out too early, throwing away their lives. I would like to see them play a little bit more calm, actually, and just hold those setups and wait for them to come to you. And I think they'll find a lot more success like that in hardpoint.
Pac-Man, on the side of Envy, obviously it's easy to talk about their struggles, the things they're doing poorly. Are there any openings, any advantages, positives on their side that you can see anything at all?
They have Gunless on their team now.
Oh,
that's pretty much it. I mean, yesterday they all did terrible.
What? 16 map losing streak, 14 and 10 series losing.
I still don't know who holds that record, but they're approaching the all-time record for losing streak. That's
my God.
Not easy to find some light at the end of the tunnel. But
elite Cleveland Browns. Jesus Christ.
There's still a little bit of time left for them to figure it out.
That is true. That is true.
Ace is a smart guy. They have Pierce. Like, they can do it. This is a good series to start it with, because, I mean, Reciprocity is also making a team change. So I guess that's your opening. Reciprocity did play incorrectly yesterday in the hard points. If you can win that map, maybe they can actually go into the S&D with some momentum for once.
Even throughout,
they just need that momentum.
This drought, like, so you're asking if there's a silver lining anywhere in this. It's like their hard point has been decent at times. They're just like choking all.
They just can't close it out.
Yeah. So once they close out this game one, maybe Envy can turn it around, right? Like, it's just been these hard points that are 230 to 250, and they're choking at the very end. Like, they just need to close one out. Simple as that. They need to get a map win.
I think I'm calling it. I think Envy actually wins an S&D this series. All right.
Anyone else? You guys, maybe?
Today just feels like a new day. No, you got to have some different mentality coming in.
Sometimes it's just a gut feeling.
It's a gut feeling, man.
Yeah.
They're going to win an S&D today. Might not be the game.
He doesn't seem convinced.
Might be a game 5.
Maybe Merc and Maven are convinced. If Envy can do it, get an SCV win, we're going to throw it over to them to discuss.
I doubt it. But thank you very much. But no, I'm excited for this match because whereas last week there weren't a lot of storylines around the bubble,
yep,
this match is important because it's do or die time for really both of these teams. Envy would have to lose out, relying on Heretics to also lose out.
No, Envy would have to win out.
Envy would have to win out, relying on Heretics to lose out. And then here for Reciprocity, Midnight's put a lot of pressure on them with the back-to-back wins.
Yeah, I mean, I think Midnight starting off this week 2-0, maybe not what we expected. Yeah, obviously you see on Twitter like that they feel scrims have been going extremely well, but we always sort of see that, right? When you make a roster change, things are great, but they have a couple of impressive wins to start the week, and yeah, now the pressure's on Reciprocity. Obviously, they had a tough match yesterday against E-United. I think everybody favors E-United in that series. They had a couple of close games, but now you go into a series where I think it's must-win time for Reciprocity.
Yeah, so basically Reciprocity, they have to at least tie them in the standings. They're 2 games back of Midnight as a result of Midnight's 2 wins, so yeah, it's huge. And for Reciprocity, you had the tough loss to United, but some close maps throughout the series. What was it, like a 10-point hard point, round 11 S&D? Like, you had some close maps. Here, you need to take advantage of a Envy team that does not look good.
No, they did not look good. I mean, I guess what you can say is this Envy team, they've had a lot of changes, right? It just feels like maybe the core unit of this team can't get comfortable. Now you have Ciliana Sog. Obviously, the Death talked about it. Alicia added Gunless to this roster. You lose Hook, but I don't know, man. Well, it just feels slang-wise, I don't know if they have it.
And maybe Gen G, though, like, they're a top 2 team in the world. They just came off a grand final. Maybe they improve spacing. Maybe that loss isn't as hard a pill to swallow as we think it is. Maybe they Envy look bad because Gen G are hitting a form that we haven't seen all year. That could be part of it, too. But I think we'll learn in this series. If Envy gets smoked again, it's trouble.
Yeah, it's trouble.
I was about to say trouble in paradise.
It's
not in paradise.
14, I don't even remember. It was a lot in a row.
Oh, here we go. It's map 1. Starting things off, Seaside hardpoint. 4 are going to drop for Envy. 5 are going to drop for Envy. Reciprocity straight into the hardpoint. Assault, the only one on Envy that managed to pick up a semblance of a kill. And now they're getting lined up as Dylan shows he can do it with the SOG. He can do it with the ICR. He can do it with whatever he likes. Envy, though, come bursting on back through. They get the break. They're still Wuskin here to deal with, but a nice push back in from Envy.
We have a bit of a split push right now. The last couple of players from Reciprocity, that was Dens with the ICR on the street, trying to lock it down, not able to find that kill, allows that Envy player to push on up. Now Envy, as you said, they're able to fight on back, but they can also focus on rotation towards barrel. You have Gunless, you have Decimate here. But here comes the first push for Reciprocity towards his Courtyard Hill. Ace with a nade in his hand has that Maddox now. On the previous Envy roster was running ICR, but they bring back Assault. He's going to be comfortable in that role.
Assault right now, though, will be Maddox in hand. Can't take the gunfight. It's a newcomer in Alex that's able to pick him up. 3 down. 4 Envy, 4 to fall. Solid stuff. Silly the last one in, doing what he can to buy time until the reinforcements come in. A split spawn there for Envy. But the split gets picked up, so Reciprocity get right back in. Now just have to hold the front barrels push.
I mean, the two Sogs of Reciprocity just bully their ways in. Now with 20 seconds, Reciprocity just trying to push across the map. Envy, maybe putting a little bit of pressure on this. Maybe they can get them off the hill, but they're really just focusing on trying to get them to spawn on the right side of the map. So Reciprocity going to tie the game up, probably take the lead as well, but Envy, they have spawn control, and Decimate is just causing havoc inside of barrels, staggering this first push for Reciprocity.
Now Rec, try to get the build up towards Stashu. A chance for Envy to accrue a ton of time here. Stun in, they follow it up. It doesn't connect though. Assault's just able to hold. Don't think they hit him with the stun, as he's able to deal with it easily. Decimate then pushes out Checkers as he delays the push even further. That's 2 for Assault, 2 for Decimate in the first push from Reciprocity. Thwarted from the get-go. Nice hold thus far from Envy. We'll see if Aches can connect with the frag grenade. At least gonna back him up, allow Assault to push out.
Yeah, just hits in the back away. That's really all he had to do. I mean, job's done if you're Envy. Like, you got the first 40 seconds. There's 20 seconds left. Yes, you would love to get that scrap time, and they're going to do it. Decimate once again on a 4 spree now. Just feels like these last couple of lives every single time. He's found a couple of Reciprocity members, maybe his Sog, starting to heat on up. Now 5 in a row for him. So we start to rotate towards barrels. There's one player here that's going to be Zed, trying to lock it down, able to find one. And, well, at least buys enough time for his teammates to reinforce, but Assault is still here. And, well, he wins 2 gunfights.
We surprised to see Decimate sliding in first on a 5 streak. I still think he had like 300 or so to go, but it looked like he was the point man for that. Gets taken down. The trades don't go their way. They're at least able to get to contest, but that's really only momentarily. It's a double for Alex, a double for Gunless, but Reciprocity still stand tall inside the hard point, trying to bring this back, now trailing by 60.
Yeah, big 30 points right now for Reciprocity. I'll put them, you know, yeah, I think that's pretty good after losing Fountain Hill, after losing majority of the start. I mean, it just feels like for Reciprocity, Seaside Hardpoint has been one of their go-tos all year long. But Envy actually pushed that final, you know, 15, 20 seconds of scrap time. They're going to get this time. So they're going to have about a 60-point lead as we go back to this first hill. And Reciprocity, though, they have 5 members over here. But we'll see if the Envy members that already rotated can try to hang on. This could be huge for Envy. A big momentum shift, but it looks like Zed, never mind, Gunless is here. He finds a couple of kills, he finds 3. Now 275 away, but the great nade from Alex will slow him down.
And I don't think it was fully cocked. Yeah, it didn't come out, so he's going to hold on to the War Machine.
But he was going for streaks. He was 275 off.
And that's back-to-back hard points where it's like a big multi-kill comes in for Reciprocity. The guy that answers is Gunless. He makes the play. He keeps them alive in and around the hard point. Dylan gets meleeed, or sorry, shot a bit, but still able to connect to the grassland. 2 are going to fall, but Gunless still going to be here. It's still Envy inside the hard point. Silly doing what he can. Gunless tries to snap back out, but Zed going to get the better of him. But this lead for Envy, bit by bit, has built more and more. Up now 85 points. A solid effort thus far, but this is Comeback City on Seaside. Don't count Rec out yet.
It's going to be a big break for Reciprocity. They somehow have to find their way back into the game, and Envy are just playing around the rotations. I would say the one thing, if you want to talk about maybe positives for this Envy squad, just feels like the teamwork and the IQ play should be there from Envy. There's a lot of smart players on this team. So when they want to rotate, when they want to use their team, it should be there. It just, is the talent going to be there? But it looks like Gunless once again finding a multi-kill. Luskin with the Tempest out, able to connect with one, but he has no reinforcements. Just trying to hold on to this. Wait for his teammates. Here we go.
Nice stun in, opens the way for Zed. Silly opts his grapple across, tries to grab slam the back steps, but doesn't quite get it off. Half of his meter now going to be gone, but pay attention to the bottom right for Wuskin. He's 135 off streaks, and now trying to make the play. A nice hold from Reciprocity. Sort of gets them back into the mix, but still going to be a large deficit. Now everybody in front. What can he finish? There's the first streak. Lightning in. Could be massive for them in the upcoming hard point, but as of now, they hold the rotation for that as well. The only person on the other side was Gunless. He had to deal with 2 or 3 players from Envy, and as he drops, Reciprocity able to set up. Plus, you get Wuskin streaks on the other end of it. This could not have been better for Reciprocity if they're starting to mount the comeback. It happens right here if they're going to do it.
Yeah, they have to get this hold, and even at barrel, I mean, you really can't use streaks at the barrel till. So if Envy, they might give a couple attempts at this, but you got to think their primary focus should be around the barrels hold. Because if they allow Reciprocity to get this Fountain Hill, to get barrels, it's probably going to be a tie game. Then you have streaks going to that first hill. It could be such a big shift for Reciprocity, but it starts right now. Envy have a couple of specialists if they want to use them. Well, actually, not yet. As Decimate, his vision pulse is in there. Just Assault on the Tempest, and Ace is getting close to that TAC 5.
Well, the specialist party really going to start once we shift inside to barrels. You're likely going to see the War Machine. There it is, War Machine out, looking for the entries. Hits Gunless, finishes Gunless. Assaulted on the other end of things, does have his Tempest to work with, and now's the call to go. This is the comeback. This is the surge now from Reciprocity. Can Assault make the play? Tempest ready, but the Swarm comes in. Wreck it in, spawning close still is Envy, but so far it's been picked up. And now Dylan's getting close to getting streaks. He's on 5 in a row. 2 players to deal with mid-map, though, will cut him down. It's Alex with a chance for the trades, at least able to shut down one. Envy, slowly bleeding for a moment, will pick up the final 15 or so seconds, but that'll allow Reciprocity to get set up for the 3rd set of hard points.
I mean, you'll take this if you're Wreck, right? I mean, yeah, take this scrap time. As Envy gonna have to break this again, and now if you're Reciprocity, you can use one of these streaks maybe to hold off the push, but so far so good.
That was huge from Zed. In fact, you got one and then got a kill with the cluster as well.
Slows down that push. Wuskin maybe off spawn going to streak. We'll see what he does. Here comes the push from Envy, and there we go, Hellstorm right away. See what he's able to find 2 kills. That should allow his teammates to win it, but actually Gunless, well, does get taken down. So Reciprocity gonna lock it in.
I was surprised to see him the last man standing, but yeah, a stun ended him. 3 players flying. Not a whole lot he can do. Potential now for a lead change, a chance for Reciprocity to get in front, but as a grab slam comes in and Aches gets a pair, they'll be able to push this lead out once again. You still have the Lightning Strike available on Wuskin.
That's the barrels though, right?
Close to a Purifier as well for Dens.
It's the same discussion that you have to try to get barrels control first. There we go. They're able to get Gunless out. You can see Assault trying to back on up, but yeah, all right, Lightning Strike in, but it's a Tempest from Assault. Is able to connect with 3. Alex, really the last man left, has to try to fight his way in. The Tempest shuts it down. As Envy should be able to lock up now. He continues as well, able to lock another Envy member, sorry, Reciprocity member down. That was Dens. He's stuck in the corner. That's going to be streaks for Silly.
Envy hold off the wave as Reciprocity make it interesting.
They want a map.
Envy,
they want a map.
Get a map on the board. Can we get a round of applause?
It's just you and me out here.
That's fine. That's fine. Envy get the map win, and I think you can see the comedy and the laughs on their side of the stage. It's just one monkey off the back as they get the map win, but wow, did Reciprocity make it interesting. That late surge in the game. Thought they were going to steal one. I mean, that's what the map one was like for Envy yesterday. I believe I tuned in. They're up 60 or so points. They end up losing 250 to 230 as they collapse in the late game. This time, though, they clutch up. They make the plays. Assault, the Tempest was huge inside of barrels.
Yeah, I mean, they obviously get Gunless out of barrels so they can use the Lightning Strike, but to me, this is where the difference was. You have a perfect setup if you're Reciprocity. You can get so much time, but Envy, again, Silly with the grab is able to find a couple of kills, but they just force this rotation. Like those 17, 20 seconds. And, well, where they spawn Reciprocity puts them in such a tough spot. They do get gunless, but as we talked about, it was just a Tempest play from Assault as he's able to find those kills. They're waiting for the lightning strike to land. And while it does come down, Assault finds him first.
What a first shot. And then he's able to connect, I think, on 2 more inside of barrels. Just a stellar job from Assault in the clutch, in the final moments. Going absolutely massive for Envy. But leading into this game on the Reciprocity side of things, Jess had a chance to talk to Alex.
Thanks, Clint. Yeah, and Alex is actually not too upset by the 3-0 loss yesterday. He said, yeah, we choked, but it's not the end of the world, and you just kind of have to shake things off. And he also brought up something that a lot of other teams have been saying, which is, you know, we've only been a team for a week, and he pointed out that he's completely different than Shawnee, so the rest of Reciprocity kind of has to adjust around him. As for this match versus Envy, I asked what he's expecting. He said, I have no clue. I don't know if they're good or not. They have good players, but I have no idea, and we're just going in to try to not take them lightly. So, Clint and Joe, back over to you.
Thank you so much, Jess. Yes, we'll look forward to the search and destroy. So, yeah, speaking of kind of the monkeys in the back for Envy, yeah, you get the map one. Now we get to the second one, which is can they get a search and destroy when and take control of this series? But it's been eluding them for quite some time, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, this is similar to last year, right? I mean, if you didn't watch CWL last year, Evil Geniuses, it was like 11 losses in a row.
12, something like that.
Search and destroys in the Pro League. I mean, you had H, Silly, and Assault on that team like Coach Bevel, so it just feels like sometimes towards the end of the year, it just haunts them a little bit. We'll see if they can finally win a search and destroy.
Well, at least, you know, you got a guy known for his search and destroy play and Decimate. You have a guy in Gunless who, regardless of mode, will leave his imprint on the map. So you hope maybe it will help him out, but we'll see.
He still really needs a lint roller for that.
It's disgusting. That hat needs to be washed or burned.
Okay.
I understand it's a good luck charm or he's in love with her, whatever the case may be, but it needs to be burned.
I don't know about burn. I think you need to just clean it.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's another option.
I don't know. It's like the luck in the lint. Is it lucky lint maybe? Maybe where...
Maybe. Payload search and destroy will be our next map. Can Envy do it? It was kind of nice to see those guys smiling. We haven't seen that from Gunless in a long time, considering all the drama and dramatics that went down with Luminosity. Aches hasn't smiled in probably 2 months. Assault hasn't been in the league, so well, they got 4th, so you can smile a little bit there, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, not if you're Aches, I guess. Yes. All right, here we go. Map 2 underway. Aches gonna be sniping. We'll see what he can find. 2 players go flooding up mid-tunnel, though. Who will come out on top of the trade battle? So far, 1 for 1. Aches now looking for a new angle. Silly getting aggressive through the mid-pipes as they're starting to push out the Reciprocity side.
Yeah, Dylan just trying to play alive. Him and Den's really the duo over here. Wuskin, Zed are on that rotation. Dylan's able to find one, but Decimate pushes on through, but he's all alone. So now a 1 versus 3 for Aches' sniper rifle. And
Aches was born for these. 1v3 seconds on the clock. Yeah, he's dead as they all fly in.
Yeah, they just ran at him. There's 3 of them.
Yeah, it didn't go well. Reciprocity play their numbers well, make sure there's no chance for an issue. 1 team kill comes in, but not going to matter in the scheme of things. We'll now take a look at the best play from Dylan, who had some highlight moments in that map 1 despite the loss.
And this is really just the key of the round. The fact that him and Dens were able to stay on up. The number is not in their favor. Envy try to get control, but they go a little bit too far. They run into the trap.
Did you see anything yesterday, by the way, with the SOG that blew your mind, or nothing that much different? Yeah. I mean, I was watching. I didn't see anything like jumped out, but I think we're going to see a couple kills here and there where we're like, oh my God.
Well, what we saw Heretics running 3 SOGs yesterday against Optic Gaming. I think SOG players are more comfortable in taking certain gunfights. That buff obviously helped them a little bit. I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy.
But it helps.
It absolutely helps, yeah.
We'll see. I mean, how much of an assistance it really is in the coming months as we wind down, or well, more I should say, we ramp up the end of the year with playoffs and champs. Assault playing top heaven. Reciprocity, get the bomb planted, and Alex will wrap back the tunnel. Wuskin with an EMP. Holding backside bridge. There's the shot. Easy peasy. Assault slow peeks it. Assault gets shut down. First blood to Wreck. But all of a sudden, the tides have turned. Well, 2 kills come in for Envy. Going to be a 4 versus 3.
Yeah, Gunless won a big one-on-one on the flank, so that traps Reciprocity in. Those last couple of members now up top. Just trying to stay alive. Dens is able to win one. Forces a 2 versus 2. Envy have to get on the bomb defuse. Decimate. He's going to win the gunfight. Are they on it? Are they on it, though? Okay, he just started defusing. It's close.
Was real close.
But Dens wins the gunfight. That should be the round. Ace gets off of it, and he guns him.
Woo, Dens!
A great round from Dens.
Now, I had Dens on Hot Mic. He's a character, man. It was exciting to have him back, and I was talking to him before it, like how just, I don't know, proud's the right word, but the way he handled the whole getting benched thing, like it was just, he was a real class act with all.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he was like, obviously with substitutes, this is the first year that they've had some sort of impact, I think, throughout the year, and there's players who they get benched, and it's like, don't talk to me, I'm done with this team, right? He took note in the fact of, well, I if anything goes wrong, I'll be here, right? I'm gonna live with my friends, and we're gonna have some fun, and just, who knows what happens.
It's a guy I feel like you're rooting for. He's like the lone Aussie in the league. We're seeing the success of Mindfreak in the amateur bracket, but Dens still here battling in the pro league as he started out 4-1 in this search and destroy. Zed,
that's a little too far to the right there.
Yeah, he takes a little dilly-tally off the map.
The wrong way.
5v1 now. Dens, I know you're 4-1, but good luck. He's 375 off, so I know he's still got a ways to go, but
I mean, I'd be out of here by now, though, right? Like, even in this position, you get a kill, and they'll probably hunt you down. All right. See ya. All right, round, but I think that starts with Zed. They lower that bridge, and he just flew off the wrong way.
So you're saying it doesn't help to have one of your players in 5v5 fall off the map?
I don't think it helps in 4v4 and 3v3.
I don't know why I specified the number.
6v6, 12v12, whatever you want to talk with. Yeah, no.
Envy get a round win. Can they get a search win? Well, let's see what they do this time defensively. They're going to have 2 players playing towards outer catwalk, 2 playing inside a lab, and the low man will be Assault on the other end. One almost gets beamed. Gunless, nice shots, but Dylan with a nice trade. 4 versus 4 as the madness ensues inside of mid. Aches wanting to do damage up top. Waskin, though, he's the playmaker. Both players outside of catwalk get picked. He pops up top. Aches meets his maker. And now it's Assault by his lonesome. 2 players in front. Nothing he could do. Nice bounce back around there from Wreck.
Yeah, I mean, I think the play call from Envy was just to get aggressive on that bomb site. You have Gunless going in that middle ship to have the crossfire, and I don't hate it. The problem is when you get stuck here, where do you go, right? Like, it's almost like if you're going to be in that position, just try to back on up, maybe try to get a pick off the bomb. Instead, Decimate, and they just stay. They stay around that middle staircase, and it's so hard to play with those angles.
And they started with, what, a 2-push out towards catwalk, and then you could see at the end there's no one had eyes on it whatsoever. Like,
yeah, no, I mean, there's just so many angles, right? Like, what are you supposed to do in that scenario? You either continue the push or you try to back away. Getting stuck there, that's not the plan.
Not an option. As you can see how easily that was picked apart. Back to Ache. Snipe, not on target. As Dens gets through, Dylan, man, with the pressure, with the one-on-one win, and with the first blood, 5v4 Reciprocity. Dylan is just picking them to pieces, almost able to back around the edge, but finally will drop. The damage, though, for him has been done. Alex starting at 0-4, eats a little bit of that cluster, but gets away with his life.
And this is a perfect example of it, right? You have players on Reciprocity just push towards this A site, and they just go, right? They get to the middle platform, and they take the side of Envy, which leaves Aches in a very tough situation once again with that snipe. Not able to connect.
No, he didn't.
Making a face there. What, you didn't like that snipe?
Zed with the best play. It was Dylan that really set everything up, though. He put him in the 5v3
No, but
early.
the difference is Zed didn't go off the map. He got a kill.
Yeah.
That opened
that's a key difference, Joe, and I appreciate your
typically you ask me,
value.
what, you see they different that round, Joe? And I'm like, that time, he stayed on the map.
125 off streaks is Waskin in the hard point. He got close, and he was able to earn him. didn't really make an impact and couldn't get the victory, but here could be huge considering they already have the 4-1 lead. Envy's search and destroy woes at least seem to be continuing. Here comes the push.
They have a good setup for this. You have one player up top and one player towards the middle ship. Decimate now, it's his turn. Him and Assault trying to lock this down. Decimate gonna pop out. Almost gets away. At least they force a 2 versus 2. They stop that push of Reciprocity, slow them down.
You've got your 2 players left on Envy who have yet to really leave their mark in this game too. 1 and 4 for both Aches and Assault.
Push on up though.
Dins has been the highlight guy at 6 and 2.
And I think they thought they rotated through middle ship towards A. And they're gonna find out here in a second. That was the incorrect call. Yeah, we should have 2v2 right here. Alex, though, goes on that far wide angle. He's going to have one. That's easy. Can't find the second. Nice shots, but there's the trade.
Clean and clinical. Reciprocity get the round win. Now 1 round away from taking this map 2, tying up the series 1-1 and putting the frowns back on the faces of the Envy squad.
I do think, though, this map streak, it is due to the last roster, right? Like, obviously, we always talk about when there's new rosters, your S&D is going to struggle. But still, the fact is they haven't won one in a long time.
Yeah, no, you got to continue the streak. Aches is still on the roster, and when I see him, I'm going to give him a hard time for it.
Okay.
He might have the 2 longest winless runs in search. He's also the guy with 2 Anaheims without a map win. But he also has a lot of great accolades as well.
He's got 2 rings.
He's 2 rings as well, so yeah, it works out. Let's see if Pat and the boys can get it going. They're going to have to rip off 5 straight. Zed down on his belly, hopes the cover is there. The trade at least there for a moment, but in comes sliding Decimate. Envy with the advantage.
There's
that's
a new
an
one.
example.
That's a new one.
That might be an example. Laser beams there from Dylan and the SOG. The hit scan update paying off for Dylan. And yeah, Den's on Hot Mic said when we talked about it, he's like, yeah, I got Dylan. I'm not worried about anything. That's the round. That's the map. Reciprocity, bring it back and tie us up at 1-1. A dominant and clean search and destroy win. They take it 6-1.
Yeah, both teams right now winning each other's map picks, right? Obviously, Envy able to take that seaside away. So I guess one good thing, when we get to that map 4, we're going to be playing on there. Typically, a team that starts off the series very hot.
Yeah, they should just get a roulette wheel or something to pick a search map. I don't think it matters, Joe. But they lose the search. We're tied up. Don't go anywhere. we have returned from the quick intermission, and we are now ready for the map 3. Some of the key stats coming into this were Envy's struggle in Search and Destroy. Yes, you mentioned some of the previous roster, but still the struggles there. And then Reciprocity. Yes, a roster change, but the control's been abysmal. One of the worst inside of the Pro League.
4-15?
Yeah. So they'll get another look at Seaside, but I'm not sure if things bode well for them. And it's just wild to think that they've won 4. Like, we're at the tail end of the league, but it's been going on forever. Like, it's been 4 months of basically league match play.
What are you getting to?
They've won 4.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not many control. Well, I guess it's startling to me because they're a decent team. Like, they're a team on the bubble with a chance to get in top 4. It's shocking to me to see a stat that drastic in one of the modes. I mean, they're lucky it's not one you're playing twice in Search.
And obviously they have the talent. I'm sure it's little things, but I wonder if it's something as simple as they throw a lot of lives away, right? Obviously, control. I think one team we always talk about is 100 Thieves, the way they play their lives, they wait for one another.
But, like, we saw a lot of that early in the game. Aren't we at the point now where it shouldn't be an issue?
Yeah, sure, but some people don't learn.
I guess I'm saying I hope it's not something that simple, but maybe it is. I mean, let's keep an eye on it.
What else could it be?
You the Call of Duty mastermind, me the Call of Duty guru. We'll keep an eye on it throughout this, and maybe you see if there's anything.
What's the difference between a guru and a mastermind? Please, give me the Maven definition.
I think the guru is the better of the two.
Okay,
that's the smarter of the two.
You are my hard carry.
I hate you. Dylan. Now finessing inside steps. He's going to push right through. Surprise. Peekaboo. Bye-bye, Assault. As he gets on in, Decimate does the same thing on the other side as he's able to make the play and drop one down. But there they'll push him out. Nice advantage. Nice beams from Zed. Good job sliding away. Great movement there to make sure he gets 2 before he drops.
Yeah, just slows down that push for Envy now. Getting close to 2 ticks, but he put so much attention towards them, but a couple of kills for Gunless, right? We talked about maybe what's the problem right there. That opening gunfight between him and Denz. Either Denz just can't die in that situation, but they're still inside to be able to hold on even after Gunless is able to find 3 kills. So a good job for Reciprocity. I thought it was going to get a little messy for them, but they locked down the B zone. They have a life advantage. That advantage is gone. I was just kidding. It's tied now, and now Envy have all the map control in the world.
Well, I was about to say this is a key moment for Reciprocity in the transition on this map. We know how big it is. So you need to get some damage done in the first wave. They get smoked, so nothing really goes their way. Now they have so much work to do. The good thing is you're fine in the lives department. You have a ton of time, but we just know how hard it can be. But Denzu's pushed up out through barrels, catches Envy off guard. So now you're going to have a bit of a split. 1 mid-map and then 2-2 on the back steps push and the barrel push. Can Reciprocity win it on both ends? Well, barrels, quick answer, no. They get dropped. Step side, answer, maybe. As Dylan does get 2. He's still there, but the problem is it's just 2 players remaining.
You stay alive. You just got to stop right there, right? I mean, it's a 2 versus 5 at that point. Just wait. I mean, they get a couple of kills. They keep the life advantage, but I feel like your goal at that moment is to just wait for your teammates. And now we're in the situation where they're wasting time. They have to wait for the 5-man
Stream
push.
bussin'.
You throw a couple of lives away. Whew. And guess what? It's going to happen again. There's just not a 5-man push yet out of Reciprocity. And I guess you credit
MOT happy tears.
Gunless has had a masterful opening. He's 8-2 to kick it off. 10 versus 8 now. Advantage to Envy.
Yay, a little
Here comes
LOL.
Reciprocity. They're worried about Envy pushing up, and they've done exactly that through barrels. Just getting 1 kill and dropping is fine, considering you have the life advantage and you delay that push. Just look at how you take a look at the main map. Look where number 4 spawned. Like, number 3 spawns closer. Number 4 spawned all the way at, like, the back. He was in no man's land. Just that run to get back involved is, what, a good 15
That's why you had to make your 5-man pushes count. It just felt like a pick for Envy. A pick for Envy. And again, they were finding the openings. But here we go. Last chance. 3 versus 5. They have to get on the point. Wuskin with a nice stun. But Decimate able to find 2. Alex, the last member alive. Envy with a nice defensive hold on Seaside.
Yeah, it's not that. I mean, it is really hard.
It's hard. No, it's difficult. Yeah. We're nitpicking. As you said, you are the guru, so you're allowed to.
Well, it's just this map in particular. Like, you can really appreciate. I guess the impact of getting staggered has more than even some of the other maps, because you have some maps where, let's say, the control sites are kind of at like the 50-yard line, a little bit closer to mid-map. Like that church point.
Dude
is
waited all the time to die. Emoji happy
if you're
tears.
getting staggered, if you're spawning out, just hightailing it across the map, like it just feels like when I looked at it, there was like a minute 40 left, and they've had 17 lives. Like, oh, they got a lot of pushes, but they didn't really have one like full push.
Yeah, none.
Yeah.
I mean. You see Envy. They're throwing a staggered push here. They're trying to get Reciprocity off this point. There's 3 players just waiting. Silly just trying to get orange arrows to back away. Do they bite on it? It doesn't look like it, but doesn't matter. Decimate finds the kills. Him and Gunless as a duo, able to find a couple. For Reciprocity, you have a lot of mid-map pressure, but it doesn't... yeah, whatever. Okay, Decimate did Decimate things, and... well, what we thought was going to be not such a good fake. Does matter as Envy's able to find all the kills they need.
And Decimate should get streaks off of the tail end of just the objective. 50 off. Stun keeps them at bay. Lightning Strike, Hellstorm. 2 utility weapons now available for Decimate. He's out for the trade as well. Streak up to 6. Streak now at 7 as Decimate's picking them apart. 4 life advantage. And the good thing, I guess, for Reciprocity is you get, 4 of the 5 kills, though, in that spot. So Envy can't really push up the map. You then pick off Decimate to stagger it even further. So Envy didn't get any kind of foothold towards A quickly from the B site. Still a lot of work to do. The streaks from Decimate, I mean, we know how good they can be on the defensive end, but potentially can you find an offensive opening and go up 2-0?
Used to ping on the Lightning was, I think, what we always sort of talk about, trying to go from B to A with 1 push. Found nothing with the ping, but Envy, they find some kills. They still have a 5 life advantage. They can play around kills for a little bit longer. You would love to get somebody on the point to at least stop the clock.
You have to do what Reciprocity was unable to do. You got to go 1 for 1.
Yep.
If you can continue to go 1 for 1 and keep that life advantage. Reciprocity, the life advantage, and what, 4 or 5 down right as they got the point? Envy've done better than that, but will it be enough? Decimate. Nice play. Dead silence allows him to get up there all sneaky-like as he makes the push up the steps. Stun just coming out a little bit late, unfortunately, for him. The next guy up, Alex, is going to get dropped. Dylan, though, still here.
Still trading, right? You're still trading if you are Envy. You still have a 2 life advantage. Problem isn't, though, going to be the lives. It's going to be the clock. Now down to 35 seconds. Reciprocity, you can see they're sort of stacking near Church a little bit. Trying to force Envy onto that point in the 5 versus 5. A nice stun from Weston to keep him alive. 1 player off spawn, Alex. He's going to find a kill. Can he find the second? Not able to do so. But Zed was able to find 2 inside of Church. Gunless, he's going to be a little bit staggered. Still 1 more player here. And Assault, nice shots from Dylan. 5 in a row for him now. He's on 200 away from some score streaks for himself.
We'll see if he can get these in the final moments of this round. Grapple across. Dylan, there's 1, but there's 2, and then there's 3. Now it's a 2 versus 2. The clock is stopped. Dins comes back into the action. Last guy up is Gunless. Not going to be able to get there in time. Both teams able to hold on defense, but a valiant effort there from Envy. Some nail-biting moments.
Got a little scary. I mean, when Decimate sneaks on in after Dylan uses the Grab Slam, if Envy would have somehow won that round, stopping Dylan from getting streaks, forcing him to use the Grab Slam, well, and then you have the streaks going into the defense. That could have been a big one.
Yes, that probably sealed the map. Envy's talking it through. And now that you have the defense, and now that you have these streaks on Decimate, Reciprocity in a precarious position. Hellstorm going to be called in right away. Get some information, doesn't connect on anything, doesn't do anything.
How many times have we seen that?
When you called in early?
I mean,
instead of taking the fight.
I don't know if it's something that just works really well in scrims. I get it. You can call it in within the first 10 seconds and maybe catch them on the stairs, but I just feel like as many times as we've watched it, it may have worked like once. I mean, by work, I mean like find a couple of kills. Now you're forced to use the Lightning Strike. does allow you to get back in as he's able to find a couple of kills, but that's going to be 2 ticks at B. And Wuskin and Dylan inside of A, going to force a rotation for Envy.
Dylan, 125 off now. 5 in a row, 20 and 13.
Well. Yeah, just 1 kill away. 1 assist away. He heard Tag 5 as well. Be a tough kill, but able to catch Assault off guard. There's a lightning for him, and now you have the War Machine. A is almost captured. They have 2 ticks on A right now. What a push that started with Dylan and Wuskin. And Dylan, he's going to do it. It goes through.
Unbelievable stuff there from Reciprocity. They've now done the hard part. Can they close out B? You gotta think you've got the favor. 4-life advantage. Lightning now coming in, sliding out.
You should start doing this more. No cap, emoji build cap.
Finessing, dominating, destroying all across the map. He just didn't reload, so it's finally. He did. Apparently, someone helped him because he got a kill with the 4 bullets remaining in his SOG there.
URL.
Denz's positioning at least shuts down 1. Zed going on the flank. Zed's the one that can make the play. Sneaky little beaver.
That's what I'm saying.
They then line up, but he only gets 1 and 3 drop.
All right, this is where you got to be a little bit careful if you're Reciprocity. You did the hard part. Now do the easy part. Try to just get 1 more ticket B. Vision pulse out from Decimate. Dylan, though, going to call in the Hellstorm. Let's see, able to find, at least able to connect with 1. That should start the push. Envy using a lot of specialists to try to win this round. A round they probably shouldn't win. Silly's going to earn a lightning strike. He can call that in if he wants to. It's the Hellstorm on the assist as well. I don't know if Reciprocity's going to be ready for this. They aren't. Should be able to catch them.
The streaks might win the round. They might absolutely win the round. Denz, that's a missile to the face.
Does get Decimate. So 7 versus 8, 7 versus 7.
Well, team kill end up costing him. The next push now in from Reciprocity. 3 heading out mid. It's Dylan that's going to grapple in and a big gunfight win for him at top steps. He's got the grab slam to use. Slide, bob, weave, and now opting to take the challenge, but the tip is out from Assault. It's only going to hit 1. It's only going to hit 1. And Assault, again, just like in the hard point, makes the play with the Tempest. And he's got some streaks. Now Silly with a lightning. Assault with a lightning and Hellstorm as he is all accuracy with the Tempest. And the final player from Reciprocity drops. What a gutsy hold from Envy.
They used everything. They have no more specialists, but they have none. They used it all. They used everything that round, but they knew how important the defensive round was. And on top of that, they were able to earn some streaks. I don't know what happened, though. After you capture this A site, Dylan does a wonderful job, earns some streaks. He calls in the lightning. The gunfights after that point when he takes down Gunless, that has to be the point when Reciprocity put that round away, and it wasn't.
Nope, they let it slip away, that's for sure. I mean, yes, to your point, if you're Envy, I mean, you show what it takes to defend that spot when it's the final one. They have to use everything in the kitchen sink to get it done, but you get some streaks behind it. You get 3 streaks, which might be your bailout instead of the specialist. Envy going to go straight into Church. Dylan, though, on the flank.
They don't go outside, LOL.
Should be there to pick up the kills. That's your teammate, but that's 3 in a row on the opposition as well. Dylan is 32 and 17.
Facts.
At the end of round 2, we saw him get a grab, and he just got another one last round.
He's doubling up the next closest player on his team. Zed's got 15.
He's about to get more streaks.
But what the hell is this game from Dylan?
They gun skill crazy, though.
An absolute tear right now. This is one of the better individual things you'll see in a
The fact that they have to win another offense is he might lose this game. Is the
and
crazy
reaction
part.
Time.
Still a lot of work to do for Reciprocity. Dylan can
True.
secure streaks. Streaks would help them so much. They're trying to tap this player up. Can he win the gunfight? He does. Finds the lightning. Picks up the Maddox. Snaps on eggs.
I thought he was going to just smoke him with clean headshots there. He is on one right now. Dylan's next streak finally drops double positive at 36 and 18. Envy now look to finish the B point. Dylan just the lightning to use. Still 2 streaks on the Envy end.
The fact that he might lose this game is insane to me. destroying everybody. Wow.
Well, maybe this is why they're 5-14 in control.
Yeah, no.
Dylan comes through. Easy pickings. Up 5 lives, close to pushing it to a final round, but you're going to be on offense, and how will you do it? You'll have Vision Pulse, Tempest, like they're going to have to make some absurd plays.
No, they're going to have a couple of specialists, but there's a couple of streaks, but they have to get there first. As Envy, this is a good push for them. A couple of players flying on through.
Oh my God, that's what 5 in a row for Envy now.
Hellstorm off a spawn. Is he going to find anything? No. Assault connects with nothing. Silly does find one. You only have 2 players on this right now. It does force a lot of the specialists that we talked about, though. There's the lightning. Gunless finds 3.
Gunless going off. And then Silly pushing into spawn behind the grapple will get caught, but Gunless might get some streaks. And the cluster, what a great isolation tool to keep them at bay. Alex somehow, though, able to get through. The hipfire won't connect. 4 kills for Reciprocity as they somehow hold on, but still 50 seconds to go in the round.
That is not where you want your ICR. Jen's going to get taken down.
Have you done enough?
Down. Alex going to get taken down. Dylan might get another grab slam, by the way. 40 and 20, trying to stay alive, able to win a gunfight onto Assault. Tries to slide and buy time. There's only 3 players left. How have Envy won this game? How have they won it? Envy. Rob Reciprocity and Dylan of that control. Rounds 3 and 4. Yeah, no,
Dylan's he's probably goddamn tired. Like, hello, mates, come on.
That was terrible.
I tried. Wow. Oh, you feel like they had so many chances.
Well, I thought they were going to win the round after this because, Gunless finds 3 kills. They were put in a tough spot, and they somehow rebounded after this point. I don't know where Gunless is.
Backpack.
So I don't even know where he is. Is he on the
He
point?
was
Okay,
frying
so
and
those
lost
3 kills.
Pat's
I
tough.
thought it was done right here. You force Dylan to use the lightning. You can see how close he is. You have the cluster like you were talking about just to zone him. But Alex and Dylan somehow get in.
Yeah, I thought
it was done.
I thought that cluster was going to split the push, so it'd be perfect for them to win the gunfights.
I thought it was done right there.
And then they clutch up in a 7v9.
I just don't.
Vince
I don't
gets
know
caught.
If you want your ICR there.
And that type of angle, close range.
Right. And then Weston gets caught, and then I don't know what Alex is doing. That looked like a bit of a silly play from Alex. It looked like he ran out of church.
They didn't get a single kill as they pushed up through mid barrels.
Right, like that just kind of can't happen.
And Decimate was just turnt in the final bits. I mean, he got what?
The way he looks at his teammates, emoji happy tears.
Let's say 10, 12 for Envy. Like, he was absolutely incredible for them. You can see why people were hyped about him now joining this Envy squad. So Envy search stinks, but so far so good in the hard point and the control.
Well, no, Reciprocity's control I think stinks. Is the story we're on.
He joining somebody else. Laughing, he pissed I pulled B2.
Right?
Oh yeah, so it's 20 games over. That's what I meant. 4 and 16.
Yeah, that's
25%.
LOL.
My teammate is 41 and 20, and I'm losing. The big round though was that
20%,
round 3.
Right? 20%. 4, 20. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I'm a mathematician. Remember the guru.
20, 25%.
Yeah. Envy up 2-1. Gridlock hard point. 4 goes into 25 times.
I know. I was thinking 4 and 16. That's why I said it.
I only did that because you get to correct me on my mistakes.
That's fine.
So many times on a map. That was the one time all year where I was like, Joe said something incorrect, and this is my chance to drive it home.
No, I definitely.
Oh, I love you, buddy. Say it back.
That round 3. I love you too.
Thank you. Thank you. God, I was getting nervous.
That round 3 is really the changing point. I mean, Envy used every specialist, and they hung on. They hung on to
the intermissions is the bad part. That's when people start to leave.
And they used everything to get it, but they knew how
Reciprocity only needed 1 ticket. The easier control site.
Reciprocity early control of the first hard point. Trying to go all the way around his Decimate, but he's been spotted. On the other flank, it'll be Wuskin out through ice cream.
Not spotted.
Shots accurate. Gunless the final one. Maddox Shaker
That one
That is tough AF.
Get the third, but the fact he's able to get two, well, it just wasn't enough because Gunless is the man at the hard point to the time. Keeps accruing. But might deep and allow his teammates to get firmer positioning towards 18 and Sushi. Alex, a bit of a pinch.
It's a big play.
Should catch him off guard yet again.
And now they know, right? They know where all of Envy are pushing from towards that backside, and it's only 3 of them. Dylan, it doesn't matter what weapon he has, he's finding multi-kills. Stopping that push, but when we talked about the back, somehow at the front they find the kills, and now Envy have a chance to at least maybe contest a little bit of this time.
I'm naming my first son Dylan. I'm doing it, Joe. I've committed now.
All right, I like that. Somebody take a clip of this and send it to Cap, please.
Joke's on you, because I'm never having children.
Yeah, your next dog.
Welcome to the stream. Feel free to comment whatever you want.
30 up is Reciprocity. Spawns, though, for Envy, or sorry, Control for Envy. Inside, Decimate now with the flank. It's like everyone we hop to from either team, somebody's making a big flank. We saw Alex and Wuskin do it for Reciprocity. Now it was Decimate's turn to try and make a play. Decimate gets a little eager. The back courtyard and does get picked up. Dylan, a chance for what seems to be his 400th opportunity for streaks. 190 off now. Laser beams continue.
Just reads the map so well, right? Knows he's the only player on this side. Where the spawns are going to be, backs up to his teammates. Love that play from Dylan. And now can his teammates come on through? They can. They find 3 kills. They also control the left side of the map for the next hill. He's able to find the streaks. What a heads-up play from Dylan in Reciprocity, and he continues.
And I just feel like his centering, it's not something we talk as much in console games, but it's just been nuts, man. Like, he is just on point, L-triggering beams. Like, he has just been so clean. Look at Reciprocity. Get this to a 5th and final map. Enjoying a lead, which they were rarely able to do in the first map. Really only 1 lead change, but it disappeared quickly. Dylan.
What is this?
Continues. It took a frag grenade to finally drop him. Near triple positive again is Dylan. And Reciprocity. Office is their playground right now, but here comes Envy.
This will be big for Reciprocity if they can hold. Plus you have streaks. This is an opportunity. What we talk about, just getting majority of hills in a row. But Gunless and Silly win a couple of gunfights. They can hang on. They don't need the spawns. They can fight from the hill. You have Gunless pushing the back now. He's able to find 1. But here comes Wreck. You have those close reinforcements. A big 20 seconds for them. Dylan can use the streaks at the next hill. They don't have to rotate early.
Reciprocity, keep it rolling. Lee continues building. Dylan on a tear. Let's go to an Astro Gaming listen-in with Reciprocity.
Yeah, I got one. One no dead, one no dead. I want shot, I got your hole, I got your hole, I got your hole. Nice, I got your hole.
I'm hoist, brother.
One blue car, blue car.
He's one shot, Decimate top.
Are they spawning? I got your hole, I got your hole.
In funnies, I'm up by the way.
Help me, just keep sacking hills, just keep.
I'm hellstorm. Fast, I'm fast.
One shot, one in train, hills, stay down. Nice. Kill.
I've got slam, by the way, I've got slam.
Yeah, I'm gonna go front, I haven't got, yeah, hold spots. Got it.
Top. They're gonna slide hill, help.
I'm pushing right.
Play the right, Alex. Quick.
Yeah, I'm coming yellow. Hold nothing. Oh, yellow there. Gonna go underpass with Maddox. Nice. Let's go, last one shot. They're gonna spawn there. He's gonna be boxes. I'll kill him. Nice.
I'm dead.
I've got top. They spawn back. At the back, tag. X. I'm reloading.
Gonna stay alive. He's on the armor.
I'm stunned. I spawned. We're good. Fast stop, Brad. You can push 18.
We need to go. We need to go. Zach, we need to go. One's going house. One's playing.
Pushing up.
Pillar, we're dead.
Pass up dead. Nice. Fire engine. Nice. Good shit. Underpass weak. Decimate. It's on the ambulance still.
Through the listen-in, Reciprocity continue to cook Envy. Lead now near 100. As this looks so strong for Reciprocity. What a performance on Gridlock thus far, but still have to close out this map. It's Alex now with a chance to get some streaks. The attack 5 in just in time, and the re-challenge. What a play from Alex. Not a great start, but 7 in a row have now got him to 13 and 11. He's erupted here in the mid-game.
Yeah, this is why they picked him up, right? It just feels like he has the individual talent. He can make plays like that. It's what they needed at times. If they keep this up, we're going to be going to a game number 5. Have a 120-point lead. You have all the streaks in the world. Well, you have 2.
Yeah, the way you worded that, like, oh, they've got, no, every one of them has streaks. No, but 2, I mean,
yeah,
it's more than Envy's got. It's more than Envy's got, that's for sure. But we'll see what he can use them to do. Dylan up to 23-9 now, as he hasn't seemed to slow down to the last half hour.
Reciprocity, though, the way they play is very disciplined, waiting for each other on those pinches, and they clean it up again. A couple players near that underpass area, and they find the kills. Now they're trying to fight for the spawns. They're going to use the Hellstorm. He's in a spot 1. That will allow his team to push out the back.
Office dominated by Reciprocity last time. That's where they can close it out. Envy, though, have the back, at least for now. Wuskin, Tempest out. Can he connect? Just wait for somebody to peek him, but they're just holding in the back. As I say that, though, Silly's going to come across. He smokes Dylan. That's the only thing that can shut him down is maybe his teammates Tempest. War Machine then out the mid-street. That's going to decimate Little Room as they try to get on through. 22 more points now needed for Reciprocity. As they're doing a good job. Just don't give Wuskin a shot, and then they're able to push it out. So Envy now get early control of Office, but unfortunately, they're down 130.
Yeah, Reciprocity at this point, you can just play for scrap time. Like, I know you would love to win this game as Dylan gets that multi-kill. He found 2 towards the front door. Once again, just bullying his way through. Now you have Zed with the War Machine. Just 20 points now to win game 4.
Zed, an efficient War Machine. Den's close to getting his vision pulse if it'll even be needed. Decimate. I know he's 160 off streaks, but you're going to need never-ending lightning strikes if you're going to bring this back. Top middle, secured at least for now by Reciprocity. Alex is 2.
Well, you would love the streaks to break this setup from Rec. I don't know if he's going to get him, be able to find one. Can use the vision pulse to secure the streaks there. He has the lightning now. Now we can call this in. But Rec so close to winning this map, just feels like Envy barely hanging on, has the Hellstorm now, and Silly uses the Grav Slam. So a lot used, but they're hanging on.
Yeah, hanging on. But how long can they actually hang on? The comeback seems impossible with Reciprocity only needing 2 more points. But you have the TAC 5, you have a streak to break for next, and you have Aches doing damage.
Well, I didn't even see, I mean, Assault right now, 6-21. Not how you want your ICR playing on a map like Gridlock.
Oh, I didn't notice that either.
Okay, I am back. They got on my ass. Emoji happy tears. Feel free to comment, like, and subscribe for more streams like this.
Gridlock tie the series up to 2, and that's going to be back-to-back map 5s.
Lol, that's tough.
Study said on the desk he had a feeling it was going to be game 5. We'll see if it happens, because if not, what's it, 16 in a row?
Are Envy winning a series? Are Envy winning a search, Joe?
Are you asking me this?
Yes.
What is it, Gridlock? No. Yo, no.
I mean, the 6-1 map 2 wasn't any indicator to have faith for Envy. But they're trying to end a couple of droughts, the series drought, the search drought. They already got maps on the board, which was one step, but can they get the series win? Reciprocity with a huge win, pushing it the distance. Map 5 coming up next.
Here goes the intermission. LOL. LOL. For real though, laughing. That's when people leave. I don't know. PSN. Nation YT. URL. Feel free to add my PSNX. I play with subs and more.
Map 5. It's coming up
Nation
next.
YT.
Joe, I'm going to be honest, during the intermission, I was reading reviews of Spider-Man, and I really want to see it tonight now. Do you want to go see Spider-Man with me, or do you want to stream? All right. I love Spider-Man, though.
You gotta see it. Wow.
You ever think about Spider-Man where you watch people grapple around in this? Sometimes I do. Oh, God, we're already in game. All right, let's do it.
All right, hello.
Game 5, Rec, Envy.
They're already playing the bomb. We're really into it.
See if Envy can get the search W. Dylan doing damage just by looking at people.
You have flanks on both sides. You have Decimate and Wuskian. Who's going to make the bigger play? Envy not ready for this at all, but he's got to go. He's able to find one. The second as well with the crowd shot on the other side. Decimate gets taken care of.
You could just literally see how that was going to play on the minimap. If you looked at the minimap, there was an orange arrow watching the flank. If you looked at the minimap for the side of Envy, no one was looking at the flank. Like, I could have told you how that was going to play out, just strictly looking at that.
Well,
no one has the flank.
Right?
Oh, it doesn't take a genius to see how that was going to go. But, like, just no one had it picked up. Everyone focused on the front. Wuskian makes the play. And the game 2 was just not, like, just wasn't pretty at all for Envy. Can they string together some rounds? Ake Sniper didn't, honestly, didn't really do anything in game 2. Can it make an impact here?
None of them did anything.
Yeah, he didn't have a lot of great chances, but Ake's gone as Wuskian hits the flick. I don't think he's going to be hitting snipes if Wuskian's doing that. My God. 5v4 for Reciprocity. Envy now starting to build up inside of A, work to get this bomb planted, but they'll have a big advantage in the retake now for Reciprocity.
And Dylan's got to be a little bit careful here. Doesn't want to get over eager. You have a couple of players starting to get on over.
It's Dylan!
Yeah, you don't want to throw the round away. There we go. He waits for him. Here comes the push. EMP out. Dylan opens it up with a gunfight win. Knows that's such a common corner. And well, still he goes right back to it. Dylan still alive. 2 versus 5 now. They're just going to use their numbers. Behind Dylan, who finds 3.
Oh, Lordy. Wuskian with the snipe for the first blood. Then Dylan with 3. A massacre in showers. 250 off streaks. I think he's gotten streaks in every map, or at least it feels like it outside of the game, too. A chance for more here as he is playing with swagger, with confidence, and Envy can't handle it.
He doesn't even get, like, shot at, right? Like, typically around this showers area, there's bullets flying, nades flying. He's just sliding away. Just easy pickings. Yeah, I shot once. That was it.
Throughout that whole sequence?
Yep.
No, he was like dodging bullets, like everything seemed to. What's that movie with
Neo from the Matrix?
No, I wasn't thinking about that.
All right.
What's the one with Bradley Cooper where he like takes the pills, so, like sees the
Limitless.
play out. Like I felt like he was Limitless. I felt like he was like Limitless, just seeing where the bullets at the perfect angles where they're gonna be as he's like flying in. I like that movie. 2-0 now for Reciprocity. Dylan backing it up is still working on these streaks. So get hit with the stun, but able to get it out. Zed now evens the odds. Well, sorry, he gets first blood, then Silly evens the odds. So 4 versus 4. Wuskin able to slide away with his life, so the numbers still stay here for Reciprocity. One person left in Assault. Can he make the play? Not able to do it. Alex guns him. Reciprocity gets hype, and that's another round for Rec.
I just heard Den just scream, nice, right? It just reminded me of Mindfreak. Yeah, I miss him. I miss the accents, the great listen-ins that we had.
I almost said the one famous one, which I'll be allowed to say on broadcast. That's the first thing that popped in my head.
I know.
Oh, that would have been bad.
I don't think Dylan ended up securing streaks, though. Maybe one?
We'll see when we get back into it.
Actually, you got the kill, so you should have one. No?
25 off.
25 off, okay.
Alex 4-0. Wuskin 4-1. And then Dylan at 4-0 as well.
You have a different look here from Envy, though. Maybe trying to find the rotation from Reciprocity from one bomb site to the next, but they take top middle, they back away, they're just going to go to A, and this is what Reciprocity wants.
This time, though, you don't have the 5v4 odds for the retake. I mean, you've got a 3-0 lead. Yes, you want the round win, but I think you want to get these streaks on Dylan first and foremost if you can.
Dylan or Alex, right, at this point?
Yeah. True.
That's always the tough part when 2 players are playing from it, though.
Yeah, we have one ICR, one SOG.
Yeah, but Dylan's like, don't worry, I'll just go ahead, and it's the same quarter. He's going to find the kill, and he's still alive. Again, he hasn't been shot at. Finally, he gets taken down. Decimate does find 2 kills.
Decimate goes off, but you get, what, 1 lightning on Alex, 1 lightning on Dylan?
Then you got full on Dylan.
Did you? Okay. Well, you got several streaks. You lose the round, but I think you're fine with that. Like, you're up 3-0 going into it, now 3-1. You have all these streaks to use. Assuming they can use the streaks effectively, you got to think that's going to get them another round or 2 on the board. Nice little individual play there from Decimate.
That's where he has to be impactful with that SOG. Those retake situations.
Well, I mean, he's had a pretty decent series considering how Dylan's been playing. This can't be fun to be playing against Dylan in this form right now with this SOG. Ace has put away the sniper for now. Back to an ICR.
Ace has continued to just pre-fire and now just going to get away with his life. And all Reciprocity wants to do right now is plant this bomb. They can defend it with streaks, but Envy's here. Ace has done a good enough job and wins a gunfight on the Zed. Dylan's going to call in a lightning. Does find Ace, so 4 versus 4, and Reciprocity just going to rotate off that kill with the lightning strike.
If they get there quick, they plant without hesitation, and they'll have a...
They can use another streak to secure the round win. Not the end of the world when you have 3 of them.
Well, Ace gets the information. Wuskin is sniping top mid, so he's going to wrap it back with his teammates. Reciprocity don't go straight in for the bomb plant, so now Envy's going to have a presence here.
Yeah, I mean, they've been slow on this rotation. Envy have a chance, and then you heard the trophy go down. So Alex has to put the nade away. He's able to find the kill. Dylan, it's a big gunfight by Silly, so you have no streaks on the board. And Envy inching their way back.
Nice.
Very slow on that rotation from Reciprocity. I know you're clearing your corners there, but...
I know. They can't see what we can. It's so easy for me to look at the main map and say, get this down without hesitation, get it planted quickly, and that way you'll have numbers.
That was the turn of the tides, though. Silly. Taste down Silly. Or not, taste down Dylan.
Which has not been an easy kill throughout this series, but nice job from Silly. So he's got his hair dyed gray. Assault's is dyed blonde. His gunless is still blonde? 100 off streaks now for Decimate, 6-3. Can he get some to combat what you have on the other end of it? A slow build-up now for Envy as they're looking to work towards this A site. Just hoping maybe for some over-aggression from Reciprocity or baiting out a rotation. Now they want to go.
Do you have some presence here? Dens and Zed. They're going to spot those players, and they're going to back your way. Bombs being planted. Lightning strike, though. Is this going to find Decimate? It does. He gets him the Lightning, but he actually finds 2 kills.
Well, the fact he gets the plant, the Lightning, huge, but... Oh, my God. Now it's a 3 versus 3.
Hold on.
3 versus 3.
Hold on.
Numbers to Envy. They catch one more to make it a 3v5. Silly smokes them, and that's 3 in a row for Envy. You get the streak. You clutch up in a 3v5. Is that the round that breaks Reciprocity's
Go
back?
crazy.
What a moment from Silly and Envy.
Can't let that happen.
Oh,
these last couple of rounds have reminded me of like the Control, right? It just feels like out of nowhere, Envy pulls something out.
Silly has smoked Dylan back-to-back rounds too, which probably helped their chances. You got numbers here if you're Envy. Oh no, sorry, it's 4v4. Dylan and Dens. Combo to take out too. You've got big numbers here. If you're Reciprocity, you're going to play behind that. 3 now drop for Envy. Aches tagged up, gets away, but just for a moment. You saw 4 alive for Reciprocity. Bomb in the process of getting planted. And old Patty P. Work up plenty to do. Nothing he can do. The yellow swarm comes flying in.
Yellow?
Orange swarm.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm colorblind.
No, you're not.
Yellow orangish.
Sure.
I don't know, what do you call that color? Is it orange?
Orange? Yeah.
It's a yellow orange. I've eaten oranges. They don't look like that.
Call it macaroni and cheese.
There we see, that's closer. That's closer.
Like
that? Oh, now you made me really hungry for mac and cheese. Oh, darn you, Joseph.
But an important round for Reciprocity. Feel like they definitely threw that last one away, but also a big kill on the Silly, who at that point was about 250 off a streak. So now only 2 streaks on the board, 1 for Envy, 1 for Rec.
And that 8 and 10 on the minimap, Decimate and Gunless, they've gotten a lot of information in the sense that they've seen nothing towards that broken building.
Well,
so that's going to be the call to wrap this bomb across, but then the Hellstorm comes in. The timing should be great. Assault should be caught. He is. Assault drops 5v4 for Reciprocity. Dens just needs to play his life here. Can't get picked. Backs Decimate out towards bomb site. They're going to try and just get this down. Gunless then connects to the wall bang. Dens is going to fall. So 4 versus 4 now. Bomb planted. Retake chance for Reciprocity.
They're going to throw another round away where they have man advantage.
I mean, as long as Decimate stays up, you have the Lightning, right? Ooh. Legs him. Can't finish him. Will the frag grenade hold true? Gets it off, but doesn't connect. 25 seconds now to work with. Reciprocity have got to make the play forward. Ace able to hit the snipe that matters. One's going to fall. Numbers to Envy.
He's on it. He's on it, though. He's on the bomb.
He's going to get the defuse. He gets it. Waskin hops it. No one gets the angle. And what a play there from Reciprocity. Joe, you look flustered.
Why don't you just use the Lightning? Just win the round.
That's right. I mean, that's what I said.
Why
when they backed up.
Like so greedy?
I thought for sure they were going to use it. Just make sure they get the win.
Just win the round.
It was literally my first thought when they backed up. Oh, Decimate's got a Lightning strike. You had a guaranteed round win. Are you baffled?
I am. What?
Now Reciprocity. One more round needed.
It's just a greedy play.
I'm sending Envy packing, and their woes in search. Still here. Dylan just cruising forward for information, spots and nothing. They've got a free plant. Now Envy.
Now you have to use the streak, but I don't know what you're going to find. Like, they're all inside.
Doesn't connect on anything. Stun out. Dylan hits himself as well, but somehow still comes out of it. Grabs us immediately by the pillar there to slow it down. Now 2v1 for Envy around. That Reciprocity are going to throw away as Assault gets the defuse, and on we go in map 5.
Is this last week? What is this? This is disgusting.
Is this taking time off your life to watch, Joe?
This is horrendous. What is this game?
Oh.
I am furious for both teams.
Oh, this map.
If I am a coach, I'm finding everybody.
You're pining them?
Yes, for horrible decision making. And we're going around 10. Here we go.
Keep it going. Run it up. Oh, my. Can Envy get us to a round 11? Let's culminate in some crazy round 11 play.
All right.
We already had the Whalers play earlier. Like, we've had some insanity thus far today and clutch moments in search and destroy. Let's tack on another. Envy have played very slow pushes towards A. This time, much more ambitious. 15 seconds in, they've already pushed up to the site.
Reciprocity's been okay with this all game long, and you have one player watching the flank. Ace, he is separated from his teammates, but Dylan gets blooded once again. 3 versus 3. Wuskin, not Dashy. Wuskin,
known for his no-scoping abilities. 3 versus 3 now.
Ace is here.
Let's got to work that defuse. Dents is going to drop. 2 players left. Zed evens the odds. Silly has been in this corner for what feels like the entire game, and this time wins the one-on-one, down to a one-on-one, but Aches
just watching his cross.
Gets the kill. Round 11. Studying. I went back to the green room. I think he said round 11 Envy win.
Really?
Yeah, he said round 11 Envy win. I think I just heard him yelling about it.
The point man Reciprocity. The point.
That you, Study? Quiet down.
The point man, though, for Reciprocity on their retake has been Dylan. And the rounds he's getting taken down by Silly in that round there, like, they've lost, right? So
it's like he has to have an impact for them to get a round win.
Or if you send someone else so he can make a play off of it. But then we go back to this 3-2 split that we've seen.
Decimate and Dylan lighting up, right? 10 for Decimate, 10 for Dylan.
And this is a little bit different as well because they've been going to A. Wuskin puts away the sniper. Wants to be a little bit more effective on the retake situations with the Maddox. And they're just keeping Reciprocity on their toes. They're seeing nothing.
XD.
Well, this time,
what are we doing here?
I think they saw somebody at least. Last time it forced Envy rotate out or rotate towards us. They see nothing there. This time there's been a presence from Reciprocity.
Okay, so you see that bomb carrier.
Yep, here
Silly's going all the way around.
This is similar, but
if Silly plants, he'll get Grav. Alex as well. Alex needs a kill for TAC 5. You have a
What's up? Welcome to the stream.
Dylan might get caught. Well, Dylan gets caught. There's the first blood. Envy 5v4. They can finally get the search and destroy win. But out comes Wuskin. Wuskin rips him off a bomb, getting wall bang, but gets out. 4 versus 4. 20 seconds. Somebody's got to get the bomb planted. Someone's got to pick it up. They're going to go for it. He checks again. Doesn't finish the kill. No. Flies out. They can't get it done. Envy. Now with the numbers. Someone's got it planted. He doesn't get it through. Run versus 2. TAC 5 in. They run out.
It's TSM Future Zombie, by the way. What's up, bro?
Horrible, but wow! What was that? He ran out of ammo. They just stared at each other. They just stared at each other in the back alley.
Nothing much.
That was fun.
What are these games?
I don't know. I don't know.
Show me a replay, Ethan.
Yeah, can we watch it? No, don't show us.
Don't show
Ethan, show us the final moments. Let's see it again.
Please. Did you get my friend request yesterday?
Why doesn't he just keep shooting? That was not smart. Zed, though, he makes the heads-up play. I'm actually surprised at this point they even re-challenged the bomb. I don't have time to plant, but they push it. They had TAC 5, and then watch this.
I'm going to check after stream and add you.
We have no ammo.
Oh my God.
K.
Reciprocity hyped after a ludicrous map 5 Dylan put on a clinic throughout that
I
series.
wish I was that good in garbage.
Well, I'll tell you what, he had a great series. Early in Game 5, he started off well, but there was that midway point. There was about 5 or 6 rounds in a row where he was just completely shut down for Envy. That started the comeback, but somehow, Reciprocity, hold on. What was it, 16 now? 15? Nah, it's a lot. Wow.
Envy haven't won a Search and Destroy in 20 years. And now
LOL, you can get better, just play more.
Thanks, Clint. So, Wuskin, how are you feeling after that win?
Honestly, I'm shaking. I'm actually mind-blown what we're doing. We're playing like arms. It's simple as that. Playing like amateurs.
So, going into this match, what were you expecting?
Honestly, we're a team that like we'll go back and watch everyone's film before we play. And obviously, because these haven't played much, we haven't got no like anything on them. So it's just like it's a coin flip, really.
So then, for you, what's the overall takeaway?
The takeaway, honestly, I don't know. That I don't crack under pressure. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. If I lost that, then I'd probably gone home. Let's just say that.
All right. Well, thank you so
URL.
much. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. Over to Katie at the desk.
Thank you, Jeff.
I've been playing
okay,
Search and Destroy,
They
pissing
won
people
2
off with my
rounds.
shotgun
They took it to
XD.
that round 11, but they lost.
That last one was so close.
That was it. These round 11s today have been lit.
Unbelievable.
That was incredible. And then my favorite part is that Dins and Sal were just looking at each other.
Yeah.
Din's like, what do I do?
I just don't understand. Envy, we saw that round where it was going to go 4-4. It was a 4v4. They planted the bomb at that B-bomb site. They all ran back to their 18-wheeler. That's something we were criticizing them yesterday about. But unfortunately, they plant the bomb in a really bad situation, really bad place, and they don't call in a lightning strike, which is something that I was really curious about because just to win that round to go 4-4 instead of 5-3 is
Nation
huge.
YT.
And then they go to this 5-5. They get the first blood.
I mean, that's unfortunate. He just slid behind the wall there and got him off the bomb. And, you know, right here is just, there's just
Oh
not
man,
enough
I
time
hate
to really,
shotguns. I use the
coordinate a good
Maddox,
play, so
SOG,
just, like,
and
keep hopping onto
ICR.
the bomb, and people keep getting through Ice Cream there and killing them off of it. And, you know, right here is just... He just had to try. Gunless had to try to hop that bomb and try to get down.
Yeah.
They were pretty much screwed. So it was
And
just a crazy
snipers
round.
too.
Envy just wasted a little bit too
XD.
much time.
Yeah, they did.
They really needed to make sure that nobody killed Silly off the bomb initially for that round to work.
Personally, I actually think that the way they were playing it today was way better. I'd rather them run at a time as opposed to yesterday and the times before where they were just rushing and the rounds were over. They were actually playing mind games in that Search and Destroy, sitting people B at the start of every round, deciding whether they're going to go A in the mid-round or B. Like,
Yay, the Morgan Strobelite is
Their
annoying.
defense was a lot better.
They just started, they choked away some things, but they played that a lot.
It was way different than yesterday, whereas they would have one guy B and everybody would just stack A. Like, they were playing mind games. They would take their time on offense, slow playing rounds. It's just, they need to find that balance, right? Where some rounds you can play a little bit quick. Right there, they played a little bit too slow and it bit them in the ass. So if they just start to play a little bit faster, it might be in those situations, it might be better for them later in the game.
Yeah, and of course
I
you
hate
saw
the Stingray.
Wuskin there, on rec, absolutely not happy with how they did.
They
But
I mean, if it wasn't for Dylan,
the series would have been 3-0.
super
Yeah.
hard carrying, it would have gone to Envy.
They lost that control somehow.
Dylan was on another level, like complete.
He's been like this for the last couple months.
Yeah.
He's been incredible for this team. But in that series, you could just see he is an absolute all-star in this league.
Yay, that's the worst. Don't know why they added that to the game.
They're gonna never be an elite team if a guy can drop 40 kills
and still
lose.
Wait, it wasn't
never
like,
and they're 4 and 16
it wasn't like
in
a
control now?
fraudulent 40 kills either.
Yeah, he was going off.
Going off. He would get a 3-piece in like Palace and put them in an optimal setup, and they would just get rebroken right away, and it would just be like another tussle for map control. Like how? If a player gets 4 kills simultaneously like he does, you should have map control, and they should be spawn killing after that.
They had
they're just throwing their lives or not playing the proper positions after he's doing this damage.
3-piece, and they went into barrels and got wiped instantly. Like first push instantly. Like, what do these guys do when they have control? Slow down. I know we always say that teams play too slow, but sometimes when you're holding a setup, you just hold your setup. You get the barrels, hold, and work together.
I think another one of the issues
understand.
is like when they do get map control and control, sometimes they'll push up and they'll actively strafe and like try to peek and challenge those gunfights. Like one of you could sit in a corner.
Yeah, I was killed like 6 times by that gun.
Like that's something that it's like waves. Like you get map control, you camp, kill these guys in the back, and then you spawn kill. You just can't instantly go for the jugular and push towards their base. And I think that's what's sort of screwing them over in some of those controlled defenses.
But overall, I think we can say, obviously, improvement on the side of Envy.
Yay, that's tough.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
They won 2 maps, which is better than, not winning any maps forever.
They won.
So there's
really
that.
Close hard point. First hard point, they almost blew it. It is Seaside, so we understand that.
100-point comeback.
Then they lost to S&D. We expect that.
Yeah.
Then they also went up against the worst control team here. So they end up getting that out. And then going into that 4th map, they just simply didn't stand a chance. Dylan and Zed were doing everything they wanted on the map. And for some reason...
I think Assault went like 6 and 2.
Yeah,
one rough
Assault.
map.
They had 3 players,
Assault,
double or
Silly,
triple.
and Ace.
And Ace, yeah. And then now, let's bring up our schedule. I think also I want to mention that with that loss, Envy has fallen out of playoff bracket contention. You can see it there, though, our last series of the day, United and Gen G. Envy got so close to a win. They did pick up 2 maps, but ultimately fell in that round 11, game 5 to Reciprocity, falling, of course, 3-2 there. But when we come back, we're going to talk our last series of the day, United and Gen G.
EU versus Genji is going to be good for sure. Gaper. I don't really like Envy or Rec. I'm an Optic fan. Go yeah, I got my very first death effect. Same. I got too many death effects, I don't care for them at all though. I don't pay attention to them. LOL. That's all they give 'em A out of reserves. LOL. That and garbage skins and face paints.
Welcome back. We have one more series for the day that is going to be
I
United
always get those.
versus Gen G. I'm your host, Katie Bedford, joined by Nameless Steady and Pac-Man here on the desk. And both of these teams, of course, Gen G coming in second, United looking very strong, went flawless in our last section of Pro League. Of course, one of these teams
Yay,
does
game is
have
annoying.
to win, and I want to focus on United first. So, Pac-Man, they are going up against Gen G. I
But
just said they
addicting.
got second place there at Anaheim, but how do you feel about these teams?
This is the team that put them in the losers at Anaheim. So, I mean, Gen G definitely has what it takes to beat these guys. I feel like what we saw at Gen G yesterday, at least, they looked really strong. And for United to have to win, I mean, it's going to be to see more consistency from their Maddox players. So, They switched recently, and yesterday I don't believe that Prestinni had his best series, even though they won. He and RCs are going to have to become a really strong duo because Clay just made that switch to an ICR. I know that's what he does. I know that's what he does traditionally, but they haven't spent a lot of time doing it yet. So it's just gonna need to be some slaying duo.
Did he dye his hair?
Did he?
I
think he actually did.
Purple.
Either way, he's got some
Purple.
I'm going to be Afghan chat going to go do some real quick.
Doesn't he live with Pierce? He lives with Gunless, right?
Yeah, he does.
Every COD player dyes their hair now?
I guess so.
What color should I dye my hair?
You got to get that blonde, like, fade people got going on.
Think so?
Get frosted tips.
Okay.
Let's get it.
Circa 90s, it'll be
I'll
awesome.
go for it.
I think you can pull it off, bro. Anyways.
I think this is going to be a tremendous series from both sides. Yesterday, like I said, Clayster's only been running his role for like a week now, so he's just getting more repetitions in. But yesterday, watching United, they just looked, even though there were no outstanding players.
Nation YT.
Takeover. If United wins this, they will get first in Division B. So there's that weighing on them as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and Gen G's 10-0 in S&E with Spacey in the lineup. And, you know, United, they may have won that search and destroy yesterday, but it wasn't easy by any means. They probably should have lost it. Clay had to get that sneak defuse. And if you remember, I think the round previous to that, Abizi had gotten a three-piece with the Grav Slam, which was, you know, that's not really going to happen too often. So they probably should have lost that search and destroy. So in my mind, the S&D woes continue for United, going 6-5 and having 2 rounds where you probably should have lost. So going up against Gen G, this is a big test to see if the adjustments that you've been trying to make in search and destroy are going to be successful.
And of course, there you see an S&D in control during Pro League. So solid stat to have for a player on your team. But again, I mean, for both of these teams, I definitely think there's at least something on the line. But E United study, it feels like more so because they do have that top of division on the line.
Yeah, no, it's not even just because of the top of division. It's just they want to get better for these next 2 tournaments. Obviously, they made a role switch with Clayster running in an ICR. So they're going to want to get more repetitions in. They're probably going to want to play these teams on their best maps instead of playing on their own best maps.
Right. Because
then you get a feel of what the next 2 months are going to be like. So you start messing with people's minds when it comes to vetoes and stuff like that. That's something that's next level that we seen 100 Thieves do when they were here. Like when they played LG, they played LG in all their best maps. So these top teams, I'm not expecting them to perfect their best maps already. I'm expecting them to expand their map pool and play the other team's best maps. So I think it's going to be, when it comes to this series right here, it's going to be probably frequency and grid.
We'll see. I mean, I think Gen G are still trying to figure themselves out and how good that they truly are, and United is a big test for that because going up against United obviously didn't have the best performance at the last event, but they've been winning every single match here in Pro League, so they're definitely a top team, one of the Titans in Call of Duty. So Gen G still need to figure out how good they truly are, and if they, made this roster change to beat 100 Thieves, that means that they should wipe the floor with the United.
Yeah.
So that's sort of where they're at right now and trying to gauge how good they are in this match.
And to that note then, of course, they did beat them at Anaheim, Gen G taking down E United. So E United, do you think there's a little bit of revenge they want to get here from Gen G, or is that behind them? Is that all?
I mean, probably, but I don't think that they're focused on revenge with Gen G. I think that they just want to become the best team possible.
Right.
And obviously beating Gen G would be good. It's good for your confidence. This team just was in a finals. So they're a very good team. It's a great team to beat. But it's not like they're not worried about other teams at this point. Yeah. You have to worry about your own team, getting your team ready for the last 2 tournaments. It doesn't really matter who you're up against and what they're doing with their roster and situation.
Do you think E United, I know we've talked about it, I believe with Optic a little bit before Nameless, but do you think E United ever gets in their own heads at all? Or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we see Prestinni airing out his frustrations on Twitter all the time. They upload their video, The Ascent, which sort of just documents docuseries on their trials and tribulations at events, and they're always airing out their frustrations after every single match. There's a lot of passion that goes into this. This is your pride, this is your glory, this is the competition that you dedicate your heart to, and these guys go out into the battlefield. So when you lose, some people are, more colorful than others. They'll air out their frustrations, and we see United, they wear their heart on their sleeves. When they lose, they get really mad, but at the end of the day, they're still trying to get better as a team, and you got to respect it.
You certainly do. We are ready to get things started with these 2 teams for our last series of the day. We're going to hand it back over to Merc and Maven.
Thank you very much, Katie and the desk. Fantastic stuff as always. We just had a circus of a series.
I hope we have another one.
I like circuses.
Or really good high-quality gameplay, like high-quality.
I think there's a better chance for that here.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah, curious about the Search and Destroy is Gen G are like the opposite of Envy when they have Spacely in the lineup, is they haven't been able to drop a Search and Destroy. They've been dominant in that regard. But, guys, we're like just weeks away from Miami. Well, we're getting close to July 4th. We can all celebrate and take a break, finish out the league, and then everything ramps up for the finals. Joe, I cannot wait. Our playoffs are always ridiculous.
I mean, every single match is typically so darn competitive, right? Towards this time of the year, everybody knows how to play the game. Everyone has the rosters that they're hoping for. It's going to be insane.
Is it weird that I'm like more excited for the play-in bracket, knowing it's single elim and how important that is to get in? It's 8 teams down to 2. I'm like really hyped for the play-in bracket.
That's going to be sick on Friday, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, who knows who it's going to be, but there's a lot of pressure on those bottom 8 teams. I know we talk about how obviously everybody gets to at least a play-in bracket, but like you said, you have to try to survive a single elim bracket, which is, it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy.
And I was walking around a bit. I didn't hear if the desk mentioned it, but what that loss for Envy, they're out. They're in the play-in bracket. Heretics are in the playoffs, so if that wasn't mentioned. And one of the big changes to talk about with the United and talk to Pristini about a bit on Hot Mic is the change with Clayster and Arcides. Arcides going to the Maddox role. And I asked him a little bit because I, in my career, I've watched some famous kind of brother duos in the Ogres back in my Halo days, watching what they were able to do, and the fact that sometimes it wouldn't even take like communication. They were just able to kind of telepathically do these wild plays together. And he said they've had moments like that. Like they were in a 2v4. He's like, I think we said like 3 words and we just dominated and clutched up. So now they're in this Maddox role together. I'm really excited to see what the two are going to be able to do, but it sounded like Clay just played a little bit too slow. The pacing between him and Pristini wasn't on point. Him and Arcides, he thinks, has a better chance to get that. Clayster can sit back in his more natural role and maybe lock it down with an ICR.
I don't know. Maybe Clayster played it a little bit slow, but I don't think switching him Arcides is going to really affect the pace that much. From what I watched, I believe Sunday morning of Anaheim when it was Optic versus United Sunday, I sat behind RC's screen, and I just don't think he was involved as much as he wanted to be in the ICR role.
And he's and I think the issue too is he has been, I think we have considered RC's over the last 2 years one of the most dominant players in the game. Like he has been on like a top 5 list for us a lot. This year, not as much in the conversation. Do you think that's partially due to the role he's been playing?
Well, early on in the year, he definitely was. I mean, he was like the best ICR we talked about. I mean, we talked about him.
But it feels like we haven't had that combo.
No, we haven't. But yeah, I think that's it. I think he wants to be involved more. All right, I just think that's what it is, and it's easy to do that with the Maddox role. I'm sure he watches, guys like Kenny and Slasher and Dashy, what they're able to do with the Maddox, and he feels limited, right? Like his full potential isn't being hit. So I'm excited to see our season, what he's able to do on that Maddox. But then, yeah, it makes sense for Clayster as well to run ICR. He's always been a great main AR player.
And we've talked at length about the importance of your SOG duo versus your Maddox duo, like how the Maddoxes have dominated this game. Yep. Like you cannot have someone in that role that doesn't put up stats or do well. Like you can't. You have to be somewhere, I don't know, like a 0.9 at your lowest up to like a 1.2. Like you cannot have those series where you get smoked. And if you have someone in that spot, like something's got to change. And I just think maybe, I guess I like it. Not that Clayster was playing poorly exactly, but I think there's a lot more upside with RCs than that.
Yeah, I think there's more upside on both positions, right? Clayster and ICR. I think he can challenge the likes of, the top ICR.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he can be better than Arcides at either of them, just because I think Arcides is a better, more talented player right now at their stages of their career. But do you take the boost at Maddox over if it is a little bit of a fall off maybe at ICR? I think you take that maybe. Well, it's tough though when you think about your 100 Thieves.
Yeah, I mean it's tough right now. Like it really is. I think at the end of the day though, you have 2 solid ICR and Maddox players, right? There's teams.
Yeah.
Again, I think United is another team where the roles and responsibilities and the specialists, they make sense, right? We still have teams trying to figure out what it is we're going to be and trying out new things. United, not a team to worry about it. They have a lot of flexibility.
Elevator early control going to be to Gen G as they now try to get set up. The United go sliding across. They line up for Havoc for a moment. His teammates, they'll lock the rest down. That's 5 down for E United. Some breathing room Some space for Gen G.
EU versus Gen G. Oh, this is a good one for sure. Emoji happy tears. Emoji perfect score. Emoji perfect score. Get crackhead.
They continue that SOG duo. When you talk about a buff to the SOG, it absolutely helps this team. Already a lightning for Envoy. He started off 5-0, has a lot of time in the hill. Cluster in hand, gonna find another kill. The rotation from E United a little bit late because they put some pressure here, and he continues. Him and Spacely locking this down. You have one player, the furthest pushed up player is number 7, that's Clayster. A great start for Gen G, exactly how you would write it up.
Envoy picks up a Maddox. He's got both to work with, and he is obliterating E United right now. 9-0 stretch now from Envoy. E United have 2 points on the board, and the tear continues now into double digits. When will this man be stopped? More line up in front of him. Wisely backs down. This has been a clinic from him early. His mid-map and elevator control have been all his. Finally, he drops.
And they know that they spawn the United towards the back. They find a couple of kills. They're forcing RCs. They're forcing Clayster back there. Mox is ready for it. Finally, a little blue in the kill feed, but a 70-point lead. Yeah, Spacely already on rotation, so he has a SOG out as well. So they're rocking 3 SOGs right now. On frequency, hardpoint.
And well, you got streaks for Envoy, and I think Spacely was like a kill off and picking up some more. Yeah, he's 85 off, so you have a chance to get a ton of streaks when you're heading towards pipes.
Spacely just holding that stun in his hand. That's all he wanted to do. Played it perfectly. A lot of patience. And now he's
Envoy cracked. Emoji happy tears.
United. Looks like they're going to try to push balcony. They're getting a couple of players inside elevator. Cluster's able to connect with one. The SOG pressure is just so much for United to handle right now.
Jeez. Spacely, nice play there. Keeps the streak.
Nice play.
Isn't that odd to see in the kill feed? Clayster, it shows him with the kill because Clay's big thing was falling off the map, but it's Spacely and Clay gets credited.
Nation YT.
That's one way to end a streak, Joe. Maybe he just felt bad for him. They're up 110. You know, they got 4 streaks they earned to work with. I want to give him a chance, Joe. But how terrifying is this Gen G team, though? With Spacely, if they can still be good, like decent to good in hardpoint, and if their search does improve and get back to where it was, woo, is this a team we see maybe involved in grand finals even more? Envoy, though, now with a chance to wrap his streaks. He's 135 off. Grenades galore. Hasn't hit anything, though, yet. There it connects, get the assist. Running low on ammo, backed up, tagged up, but staying up.
I mean,
jeez. And then Havoc from the top rope.
This is just, they're bullying him. I mean, you have 8 kills on 3 players. Pristini, RCs, and Nabizi don't even have 10 combined. Major Maniac on the rotation elevator. He finds 2, is trying to win that rotation. Sets up his teammate in Mox with the ICR.
When does map 2 start?
It might be soon. They can use a streak here to lock this down if they want to, but I mean, we've talked about the SOG buff and how maybe it's going to change some things around. Maybe frequency a 3 SOG map now.
Yeah, I still think it's just so early. Like, we haven't seen how much of an impact it is going to have as players start to figure out what kind of combinations with regards to the weapons they can use to their best efficiency. Wrapping it out wide and then trying to get back in. Don't think he got the angle quite right. He didn't. So the Hellstorm not going to be able to come to any sort of payday. The United finally getting some points up. They've lowered the gap to 100. Nice shots from Abizi. Pick up Envoy on the cross. Now 225 off streaks for him. Be nice if they could get something.
This is the first hill they've gotten a little bit of time off.
It's like they woke up
30,
maybe?
40 seconds, starting to win some gunfights.
Almost off. Emoji hard eyes.
Well, they've won this rotation, so now this could be back-to-back kills, and you've had a couple of streaks now that haven't connected with much, and he blows himself up.
And Abizi lives. He got hit to 8, I believe, with that Hellstorm and gets a streak.
Hey, here we go. I think we might have a game on our hands now, Maven.
The Lightning almost finishes him. He continues
we might have
to fly
a game
out.
On our hands.
Abizi now 7 in a row. We've seen massive streaks from Spacely, in Envoy. Now it was aBeZy's turn. Streaks in and lead dwindling, but Gen G yet to be able to really get in and contest. Maybe now this is their opportunity. Sliding in is Havoc, but Arcitys ends him.
Now, can E United get pushed out middle of the map? Can they flip the spawns? Not yet. Gen G doing a wonderful job containing them and finding the kills, finding the scrap time. 8 seconds left to see a lot of those gold arrows start to rotate on over towards.
They all getting cracked. This is great to watch. Better than playing the actual game.
As well. This needs to be a break for E United.
They've chained together back-to-back to bring it close. Now they've got to get a third here. Because they're really going to start to make it interesting.
And you want to use the streaks, but you don't have elevator control. You have to lock this down first.
Now going to call on the Hellstorm. They get elevator control, and here we go. 2 are going to drop for Gen G. Still spawning safe in the back. The streak not going to amount to much.
Nobody got
Spacely now Purifier out. What's a cooking? aBeZy, the first to drop as he's made a meal. Spacely takes out Simp as well.
Sad thing is you're right. Emoji happy tears.
E United still here on balcony. aBeZy making the play to at least keep it a contest. Gen G contesting on the backside. Clayster with back-to-back headshots and aBeZy with the melee. There they clear it out. 4 down for Gen G. E United gets some points. At least make sure a lot of that is contested, but it's still an 80-point advantage for Gen G. But E United at next.
Some Break specialists starting to load up as well.
Emoji happy tears. Emoji happy tears.
aBeZy doesn't connect with anything. I think the player under him just got taken down as soon as he called that in. There's no grab slam.
Clayster's only got 5 bullets to work with. Needs to find.
Boy, top middle is able to find 2. So yeah, trying to find a weapon, right?
Can he get anything to use? Clayster gets dropped. Lightning strike. And the combination of players take down 4.
What? So I'm nobody in the hill right now.
There they go. Now battling in. The Vision Pulse earned for Mox. United have made it more respectable, but Gen G still a massive lead. Up comes Flying Havoc as we look to enter our 3rd set of rotations.
Did it break? Emoji happy tears. Emoji happy tears. WTH, what happened? I think Treyarch heard the insult. Emoji happy tears. I don't know. Emoji happy tears.
Vision Pulse in from Mox. They could use this to break. Envoy gets a pick as well, and now the collapse comes in. Havoc's got the information. Havoc's got the read. They're all lining up in front, but the War Machine from Sin. But there's the win. Gen G go up 120 early. E United make their
it's
run,
back, LOL.
Gen G clutch late. And there's the map 1 win. But God, they threw the knockout punch so early in that map. Holy hell. I mean, like when you said there were 3 players at 8 kills, what hard point was that on?
4 at Pipes. It was 110 to like 23 at that point when the hill popped. I mean, it was just a dominant start where you chained 3-4 hills together. You earned 4 streaks. You have specialists early on. It was a tough fight for United, but you are right. Like, once that second rotation started back up, they did start to play a little bit even.
What happened in back?
You just had, I mean, ridiculously slow maps from some of your stars on the United.
Did they ever make a switch?
It froze for a long time, LOL.
Songs out of Gen G. Did we ever see a switch from United? I don't think so. So it may be something they need to think about going forward on a map like this.
Maybe. It might be something.
Because you would think about this particular team, like you would think with the United with their strong SOGs, like this is something you would love, right? Buff SOG. Yeah, you might have to, but Joey Nubsy, the coach
That's
of
tough.
Gen
I was
G,
in the shower.
did have a chance to talk to Jess before we got into it. Jess, what were his thoughts?
Well, he was saying that yesterday's 3-0 was completely expected, not surprised at all, and said that it was a great way to kick off what he called a revamped roster. And also mentioning those SOGs that you were talking about, Joey Nubsy also did tell me, well, according to the community, E-United has the best SOG duo, but I disagree. It's us, and this series is going to show that. Now, from the side of E-United, I did talk to their coach as well, Facento, and to bring back around something the analysts were talking about, he actually says that they are looking for revenge after Anaheim. He also said that they're looking for another 3-0 after yesterday,
Nation
and of course,
YT.
that ship has sailed, but he did confidently say, well, if we're on our P's and Q's, meaning if we play the way we should, then we can definitely take this one. So let's see how the rest of the series goes. Joe and Clint, back over to you.
Well, that is interesting from Joey Nubsy. They feel they have the stronger SOG duo. Well, I'll tell you, at least in that map 1, hell yeah.
Well, I mean, I would hope that your coach isn't saying you guys aren't the best.
I know, but like they look damn.
No, I mean,
the Friars.
I think that statement to me falls on Havoc in his performances, right? Can he be as consistent as they need him to be? Because Envoy, kid's nuts, right? Like from what we've seen all year long, it'll be interesting to see how these guys continue to perform.
So now we go to Search, where United has been amazing here. I know they didn't have the best Anaheim, but they were so good in Search and Destroy. Many tout as the best Search team. Now up against the Gen G team, who have yet to lose a Search in the Pro League with Spacely. I'm expecting big things out of this Search and Destroy.
I'm excited to watch this. Yeah, I think there's fireworks on both sides. But that man on your screen, Spacely, gets called up. They're qualifying for the league, gets put on the bench.
Yeah, I mean, it
plays it patient.
Sort of like,
I don't think
we talked about Dens in the last series, sort of having to step back in. Similar for Spacely. I mean, different, but some similarities for sure, coming back in the mix of things.
But to me,
Gen G probably gonna clap them.
One time where I can recall the Luminosity team, like early Black Ops 3, where it was like him, John, I think, Crowder was on that team. They got to a final. All right, that was like where they played Rise. This is a chance for him to I think, to put a statement on his career, that he has always been his sort of underrated or overlooked, if you want to say that, by the community and the pro players. Because if you look at this roster, you have the pieces. They were just in a grand final. You're slotting into this. This is a big moment in his career for me.
So where some might think there's not a lot of pressure in the sense of you were benched, now you're coming back into Philly, you think there might be quite a bit on him, especially leading into next year?
I think so. Like, I mean, what if you can't perform on this roster like I was just talking about?
Yeah. Okay. No, I like that look at it. Havoc with the first blood. Continues right where he left off. One more at Tree. Should have easy pickings on Pristini, but not enough ammo. Pristini will get picked up, though, by Major Maniac. 5v3 as the Gen G flood continues to soar on forward. Bomb getting planted now by Envoy.
Well, we just saw this in that game 5. You have to find that point, man. Not going to happen. A clean sweep in round number 1 for Gen G.
I know we didn't get to cast a lot of E-United, but did you hear any murmurings from pros or from the players, maybe what went wrong with Search in Anaheim? Because what Pristini said, he thought on Hot
Holy shit, emoji happy tears, emoji happy tears.
A lot of teams end up watching it and trying to replicate what they do. They do their homework.
I'm sure.
You think that's just a big, because I think it was, I said this on Hot Mic too.
Cracked out sog head ass LOL.
You'd rather almost be losing Searches in the Pro League leading into a major event. Like, if you're dominating in Search leading into a major event, it can be a bad thing because everyone has all that homework to do. And They see what you do that works. (1-0) Gen G, now E United looking for that opening on offense. Playing it slow, nearly 30 seconds off the clock as they start to wrap over towards B. Spacely just going to be the spotter for Gen G. Get some shots in, backs out.
Just playing his life. Trophy goes down, you hear that. Bomb has not been planted yet. Almost like they were baiting him out, but Spacely goes to the top window, finds 2 kills. You feel like you got to be watching that if you're United. Maybe Spacely just won the first gunfight. United try to push to the back. It's their first kill of the game.
I thought Envoy was about to smoke the second player as well. Simp tagged down to like 5 HP in the back. He's still up for now. What a one-on-one win there from Arcides. Sim and Simp just holding on.
I know they have bomb down though.
Oh, thought he had the one-on-one, but not able to do it. Major Maniac takes it. Now all on Simp.
There's a cluster.
Maddox as well. 15 seconds. Simp for the clutch. First gunfight win. 10 seconds to go. Maddox in hand. He spotted him. Has to get the kill. Stun's going to connect, though. Slows him down and through the stun. Havoc gets the 1v1 clutch, and Gen G up 2-0.
Well, I think you just saw there the chemistry still being built on the stages. Havoc and Spacely messed up a fist bump, but it's fine. We'll work on it.
Hey, but
OG happy tears.
Towards the site, right? How many times have we seen that guy get picked, not make the right play? The fact that he's able to get 2 before he drops, like that was just a great individual moment from him. And
well, typically there's a player in that corner, that top corner, who sort of mantles up. A player is just baiting that guy to peek out the window. There's the slide from a SOG, dead, right? Like usually that's a simple kill for the offensive team if they're in that position.
That's tough pussy stun.
Anyone up top on that mantle.
Well, Major Maniac hits a BZ in the toe with the frag grenade, so BZ eliminated here in round 3. Another first blood for Gen G. Havoc, 185 off streaks as he got the defuse. Now got the plant, now just biding his time at tree. 2 kills, though, in the kill feed for E United. Now they've got the numbers, and Havoc's going to get caught. Pristini going big. Now a 1v3 for Spacely. He's going to get swarmed, and what a retake that is from E United.
Mans
you
was
stop
scared.
The players that are working on streaks for Gen G. You stop the bleeding in the back-to-back rounds for Gen G. You get around on the board.
Well, the round opens up.
FR.
Gen G with a nade, and E United start their retake with a nade. It was the cluster on Simp who was able to take down Major Maniac. In that position between the 2 showers where you sort of have to force yourself to go through a narrow alley, that's the first big kill. Right in this area. If you can get in between these 2 mirrors, just like Pristini did there, that's when you have a little bit more movement, a little bit more time to work with. And you can play those slide cancels, you can play those cameras, and
Speak
that's exactly what
Spanish.
they're able to do. So as soon as they get Major Maniac out of there, they know that the round is opened up.
No.
It's a fast hit towards A for United. Mock's going to be the lone man, just trying to wallbang for information. I don't think he hit anything. Well, it looks like he might have because he backs it up instantly. So
English.
right after he got some wallbang tags. Arcides trying to play, watching the flank. He's going to get caught. So it's 5v4. Gen G now working the retake. How do they opt to do this? Looks like they want to go for a 5-man hit through the back. The stun comes in, though. I love this. E United just opt to push it out. They now get it to a 4v3. Right as that happens, though, instantly to a 3v1 as Spacely, Envoy, Havoc all make the play. Pristini stuck, trapped, dropped. Round Gen G.
There was a couple of different plays there. As you said, I like it from United. They know the flank's open. So there's a 2-3 split. So they take their 4 guys. They run it to 2 on the opposite side of the map. The problem is Gen G didn't hit the flank. If they hit the flank, that's a free round.
Yeah, I said I liked it because they got the first.
No, you're right.
I thought they'd be all right.
Well, if Gen G goes to the bomb site, that's exactly what they want. But Envoy, he's able to back on up. He's able to
Shoulder to ran as a 5. Emoji happy tears. Got clapped LOL.
It's interesting to watch if you're
Climb rounds.
playing league play and working with teammates on ways to retake this site. We've seen it done in so many different ways, based on timings. Whether it's a 5-man stack in the back, heavy hit through a hole in the wall. Like there are different ways to do it, and that was a fantastic job there from Gen G. Is ultimately they had the numbers from that position.
Well, it's almost like
it's a gamble sometimes for United.
After you get first blood, you typically know how the offensive
What is
team likes
climb
to react,
rounds?
or a good search and destroy team. Because even if they go all the way through middle of the map, they have a 5-on-4 retake, right? It's not a problem at all. They just group back together.
Envoy be stupid cracked FR, emoji happy tears, give me that skill and aim.
Some damage, but still in a 5v5. He almost catches Pristini again. Now the bomb's starting to move up towards the A site. It's a 4-on-3 here for Gen G. Spacely's kept them honest on the other end.
Spacely just can't get caught out here. If he can at least find one kill, does. His job's done. And he's
Super
able to get away
Rondas.
with his life as well.
Another great play from Spacely. Maybe seeing why this team is undefeated in search with him. Now, they've got the numbers, chance to take a 4-1
They
lead.
play more than we do and they have
Wanna
strike
group up in
packs.
the back, but Gen G just have to trade effectively, and they'll be good to go. No cluster this time, as Simp is already out of it. Clayster, though, makes it a 4 versus 4. Nice slide challenge. Fantastic there from Gen G. Last man drops. Clinical after
You
Clayster got
right,
the pick.
forgot about that FRFR.
A little bit nervous there, yeah. A little bit nervous there because they gave up bomb position, right? They had no one in between the two mirrors, that area that we were talking about. And the wall bang came through from Clay to make it a 4 versus 4. But Spacely Major Maniac, that Maddox duo, able to find the final 4 kills. Now a 4-1 lead for Gen G.
I don't know any Spanish, sorry bro.
Gen G looking so comfortable. And how much easier I know it's been months, but they played a lot with Spacely, obviously. I know it was a little bit of a different team with him when not here, but is it a lot easier for them just to slot him back into things?
I think it's easier in a way that the system has been created, right? And he just sort of has to slot in and listen to these guys. It's a little bit different when you're making multiple changes. As Havoc finds 2, one with the Lightning, one with the SOG. Looking like another clean round for Gen G.
And they are just beating them handily.
But it's a little bit different. Like, you take a look at Envy, who adds a couple of players back. It's almost like the system has to be
I do, but I am
right?
lazy, LOL.
Where do we want to go? Spacely's just sort of slotting in. What did Naga do? I'm the manager.
Yeah, I guess I more mean like even if you, let's say it's another team doing like a 1v1.
You know how he likes to play, right?
Low, that's tough.
Yeah. I just feel like it's got to be maybe easier than, let's say, Hook going to Splice.
But I think about it this way. Gen G might still be using the system that they created with Spacely, right? So it's like, all right, well, just come back.
Yeah. 5-1, Gen G. The flood towards A. Simp, a little bit different. You saw Mox from this side, kind of wallbang and leaf for information on the Gen G side. This time it'll be Simp doing it with a SOG. Easy plant, and the problem now, you've got a grab slam and a Hellstorm, but First Blood does go to E United. Havoc likely the one that can close out this game.
Well, what we saw here is that reaction from Gen G. They do the same thing, but the E United players backed up. So you have a 4 versus 4 on this side of the map. Similar to what we saw E United. They call in the right rotations. They group on up. Varsity already on the defuse. Ooh. So a good retake from E United. But still a lot of work to do.
Major Maniac gets away. What was he, 275 off or so. Havoc still has his streak. Yeah, I was just thinking Havoc might just grab Slam out. I thought he might, whether it was on well, oh my God, I'm completely blanking. What's the new feature in this game where they ping on the map? Why can I not think of that right now?
Fog of War?
Oh my God, thank you. But I thought maybe if he got a little help with Fog of War there, he might know how many are there and just go out and grab Slam. My brain just died. I was like, trying to think of what Fog of War was.
The new thing, I was like, was there a new thing?
Yeah.
I was like, what? I mean, today is Tuesday, so I was like, they come out an update?
Yeah, I thought the Slam was going to be coming in. Oh, it might be here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. There is 4. That's the game, Simps. See you later. Havoc with the ace. Did you see Abisi's eyebrows?
Oh, well. What do we do about that? Just got blind countered.
Oh, Lordy, look at this. This is so good.
Nation YT. Oh my God, emoji happy tears, emoji happy tears.
Slam, and then the gunfight went on Simp. What a beautiful, beautiful ace that was.
Holly
EFUCKK. Much more effective.
It happened once. You can't keep bringing it up. It's happened multiple times.
10 times I saw it.
Maybe the same one.
What the hell did he just do?
Gen G, dominate the hard point. Dominate the search and destroy E United at risk of getting 3-0 bopped.
Didn't see that fucking coming at all. Emoji happy tears. Emoji happy tears. He really did that to M. That's tough, he got all 5. The butt buddy didn't work that time. Facts LOL. That's why you don't run so close like that, especially in CWL. After this is over, I'ma play a few games myself cause I am bored LOL. .30 them right now LOL.
Welcome back to the Gen G show. Slowing down, E United came out slow, have continued to get smoked. We'll take a look at the series layout to show you how it's been, and honestly at 250 to 161, it could have been worse based on how that game started. It was close to 150 to 20 at one point. With Seaside Control coming up next, E United, can they muster up something? Because remember, this is big when you talk about the #1 seed. Like, we had the talk on trading shots. Like, they need to go 2-2. And after the win over Iraq, you'd feel all right. But now Midnight has looked good. They have to play Optic and Midnight next. I don't know.
I mean, if it does get to that point, I don't know. It's going to be... If it does get to that point, it's going to be wild. Just,
who do they play last?
It's not like Optics look great either.
That's true. That's
true.
To me, that game today was a loss for Optics. Like, it was a W in the standings count, but we all know that was a loss.
Both their series have been ugly, right? Some progress at B for the E United squad. Gen G maybe looking to take another crack at this, especially since Envoy had locked down 2 mid-map. They're going to go. They got to go now. Simp, nice use of the cover there. Repeat and challenge. Simp gets 3 and 5 in a row now. Some early streaks maybe for him. And that, hell, the game 1, that's what really paid off for what, the 10-0 start from Envoy really helped Gen G get going. Now Simp maybe trying to do his best impression.
See if they can steal a round one offense. How impressive would that be? They're trying to stay alive. You see the way he's playing his life right now. Does not want to stagger the push. Has a couple of his teammates coming off in space. So that's number 2.
Oh, I think the streak hunt is helping slow him down.
That's the second time he fell off the map this series.
It's not even that easy to do in this game.
It's not. That's all dead. You can use a streak.
It's basically the new Clayster.
You can use a streak, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to try to force them in. What does he connect with? Nothing. But it slows them down a bit.
At least made him scatter to the wind. aBeZy finishes the kill. Can they get more? 3 drop. 2 left to pick up. Mox. The fact he gets 2 is huge, but will it be enough? The second tick close to being completed. Maybe a chance for more streaks. aBeZy gets it. No, gets a lightning, but they don't finish the
it's
second
11v3.
tick.
What are we talking about?
Not going to matter in the end of things. Is Major Maniac with 1 HP, last up, healing up.
Well, what we saw last series, remember it. Neither team can really get on the point to slow the clock down on the offensive round. So you'd have 20 lives left on your offense. Maybe you get staggered a little bit, but it felt like 1 to 2 pushes, and that was it. What we saw right there with the United, there was still 90 seconds left on the clock because they were just contesting. They were capturing that point.
Nationwide
Forced Gen G in a tough spot.
Well, in 2 waves, they got a clear life advantage and held on to it. They tried effectively, played together well as a team, and started out one of these maps strong. But getting the offensive round, huge. Obviously on a map like this. Put Gen G on the back foot early. It looks like they're worried about a straight. It looks like they're pushing up B for a second, then all backed up to fly out mid. Almost just line up perfectly for Clayster.
I wonder if they were worried about an early streak.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because they were all just bunched up at the back steps.
Backed away. Maybe they were just trying to bait it out.
Oh, that's a nice catch. Might hit another.
That's a nice catch.
Nice shots from Simp. Challenges the third. No ammo. Doesn't need it. Fist of Fury. Now 300 off. Even more streaks. aBeZy going to call on his lightning. And if you're a Gen G, this is not where you want to see E United on the map right now. They're going to be forced to push through barrels.
And look at the clock. I mean, you have 30 seconds to work with. Number 8's trying to go around. Maybe they can test a little bit at A. Stop the clock so your teammates can get out of your spawn, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Envoy gets dropped by Clayster and Christini. Christini able to snap onto Spacely as well, and this is as clean as it gets.
This has been spectacular. As good as Gen G looked in the first 2 maps, looked like maybe some work to be done in Control, or at least specifically this map of Control.
Big difference, though, from map 1 to map 3. I will tell you what is the Zog duo.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Simp and aBeZy right now, both double positive on the opposite end. Obviously, not a lot of room to work with. Both negative.
But yeah, one dominated by the Gen G side, one dominated by E United. With those final kills, it's all on Mox to get in and stop the clock. Oh, sorry, Havoc's still here, and Havoc gets 3. I can't look at a minimap. I thought he had to make the play, but Havoc able to do it. They might get a 60-second extension, but they're still down 5 lives, and Simp just wants to go ahead and use the War Machine. Does a ton of damage, unfortunately, to aBeZy as well, but Simp will get 3 of the enemy squad as well, and that's 2 rounds in a row for United, dominating the Control.
Some smiles on the United side. 1 round at a time, 1 map at a time.
Havoc got the 3 at the tail end of it.
Yeah, sometimes when I watch this game, I just feel stressed. Yeah?
Yeah. It's fast.
Man control is too easy of a game mode for CWL.
Could hover. Every respawn. Every respawn. That's fine.
United. Up 2-0, dominating the map 3. Let's go to an United Astro Gaming listening.
Go quick to A.
I ran away. You ran away.
You want me to? I got it. I'll kill good. Go.
Hey, Chris, are pushing out.
I'm holding checkers.
Nice.
Back door. Major maniac.
Two back door.
One middle map on me.
They're gonna push in.
Grapple on me middle. Front door.
Got me two. I'm going right. I'll spawn.
Oh, we should go left. We have left.
Yeah, we have left. They all came back.
Oh shit. Well, I'm already going there.
Nobody on hill.
Someone.
I'm out.
I'm gonna help you, Chris.
Left side. I'm out.
I'm trying to bait you. I got one.
Three there, yo.
Two in you.
I'm stunned, man.
Nice, good job.
I'm gonna back him down. I'll tell you. They're push out B. They're close. They're grappling. Go roof. Go middle. Go fucking middle. We can't do this shit.
Go middle.
They're push up.
He's on the roof. I saw one.
Top tank.
I'm looking top tank.
He melted me. I tried to just get him weak so I can get an assist. Fuck.
He's in the front tank.
I'm gonna need you.
Still there.
One
Front tank weak.
Simp a bit frustrated. They didn't get the streaks, but not the same opening that we saw from United in the previous couple of rounds. This time in trouble, under 30 seconds to work with. No foothold anywhere on the map, really outside of mid, kind of. But they've got to make a play to at least contest and stop the clock. The problem is Havoc is pushed up by like second hard point, the statue. And he's just being a nightmare for RCs. You know,
this looks like a struggle of a round, but again, for United, you did the hard part. You won on offense.
Yeah.
Right, so now you look at this round 4 for a chance for Gen G to sneak back into this game. If we do go to a round 5, you'll have Gen G on defense. But United, they have some specialists starting to load on in.
Well, yeah, you put the pressure on Gen G to now win an offense. Coming into the game, they didn't have to. But winning that one, huge.
I'll do that. I mean, hold on a second.
All right, well.
Everybody hold up.
They're going to get another 60 seconds. What do you have? You have a grab slam. Really, that's it. 5 life advantage for Gen G.
What can you force out of Gen G?
Yeah, that's true.
That's a huge win. You already forced attack 5 out. Maybe you can get Havoc to use his grab slam, or Major Maniac to use a Tempest. Just to extend this game. So they don't have those tools on offense. Envoy continues to be a thorn in the side of United.
Nice movement.
Able to find 2.
That just does not look fun to deal with if you're RCD. So I'm just sliding back and forth the doors. Well, Envoy keeps it going. 4 in a row now for him. 5 lives left for United. Surely Gen G around on the board as they get clicking now in the control, but it all comes down to whether or not they can do it on offense. Good thing for you is you don't have any streaks remaining on a United. They're gonna need some big specialist plays. Havoc, Major Maniac, Mox, like they're gonna have to connect in a big way. And how efficiently can they get the first point?
That's what I was going to say. What's the start going to be like? Because these last couple of rounds, that defensive team that's won the break off, they've just gone to the enemy base, and they haven't left it. That offensive spawn, they've just been all up in their business, just like Envoy right here.
How many kills did Havoc and Envoy get from right around here in Statue? I mean, it had to be 5 or so kills.
Well, we're about to watch 3.
Gen G better come back, LOL.
I was keep my eye out the entire time, but it's just frustrating if you're coming off a spawn and you can't even think about getting towards the objective. You got to clear everything first, check every corner. Good pressure from Gen G. But now it's got to be even better. Because you favor them. If they get to around 5, you favor them. Can they get there?
We talked about
Vision Pulse instantly from Mox.
Interesting use. See what happens. They counter it right away with the Vision Pulse of their own. Actually, Pristini doesn't have it, having a slow game. They don't have that yet. Sim does have War Machine. Abizi still with Slam. Oh, we didn't even see Mox earn some streaks.
Oh, no, I didn't notice that. Okay, all right, so.
Maybe, I'm sure he was on that streak and used the pulse at the beginning of the round.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, get away.
Oh my god, they kill him as he goes in for the grab slam. So you're going to have a little bit of an advantage, plus you got the point. Mox can't finish the kill. Envoy gets a wild melee. That's actually a big one because now he's close to streak. So you can end up with like 4 streaks and a chance to do it here. There's one. Second challenge comes in. Easy pickings. Probably Bristini got a tag in him, so that seems to be an easy second kill. And they want to streak right off spawn. They want to go for it now. This could be the play, but Simp gets 2 before he drops. That is a huge moment from E United. Is it enough, though? The flank. The flank comes in. 2 players drop for each side.
Trades are good for United, though. Trades are good for them. They know that as well. There we go. Bristini able to stay alive. I like that play from him. And got a little bit scary. 3 life advantage. I didn't even see RC's having a really slow game at 6 and 18. I think just got his first Tempest.
Maybe just learning the Maddox role a little bit. They're just not comfortable on a map combo like this. Slows down for a moment as Gen G look to make the next play. Pristini vision pulse in.
The Lightning finds nothing. They're all inside. Yeah, Pristini's slowing down this push.
And they know Havoc's out here looking for a grab slam.
Yeah. He's trying to pre-fire it. They're slowing things down. Staggering the push of Gen G. Mox with the Hellstorm. I mean, you can use these streaks, but you're not going to find it. You know they're all inside. Does find Simp. There we go. That opens things up.
URL.
Trying to hunt down RCs. The flank is in, but what a big kill from aBeZy to make sure Havoc can't do even more damage. 4 life advantage, though, for Gen G. Still alive and fighting. 3 down now for E United. 6 lives remaining for E United.
It's the last push for EU.
Your Gen G, you've stopped the clock for now. Clayster with a nice pick from the back doorway. 3 drop for Gen G. The grab slam gets 1. 5 versus 3 now. Can E United hold on? It's all on Clay, Pristini, and Arcides. Arcides, he has had 6 a second ago, it feels like. Now 11.
From Top Church.
That's a huge one.
Has a stun as well. Envoy's going all the way around. Are they going to be ready for this?
He gets caught. He gets caught. Clay had a SOG in hand, able to take the one-on-one. 3 versus 2, though, for Gen G. They've got to get to the point. Pristini wants to one-on-one in the back. Pristini then snaps. How is he still up? 1 versus 1. 1 versus 1. And Pristini takes it as a United clutch on defense. 3 versus, what was it, 6?
3 versus, yeah, 6, 5 or 6.
What a play. What? Clay wins a big one-on-one with the SOG. Pristini wins a crazy one-on-one. Somehow stays alive in that wild and manic situation as he's sliding around. Yeah, let's absolutely watch the final bits of this one. We'll hop into it at 12 versus 10. Havoc, I thought, had 2 easy kills, but aBeZy picks him when he comes back in off spawn.
Clay with a big pick. Envoy used the Worm Machine. So we got down to a 2 versus 5 in the hill.
Here's the, oh, so 3v5 basically.
3v5, and then Pristini goes Top Church window and finds a pick to make it.
He's been alive through all of this. I mean, he gets that and then the kills.
My bad, LOL.
Yeah. Absolutely huge. There's the first kill from Pristini. How many more does he get of the final 5 players?
I think 3 of the 4. Because Envoy loses the gunfight right here.
So Clay gets a kill. 3v3.
Pristini jumps out front Church as well. So it's Arcides who stayed alive that whole time, right in this situation. Has the help. We talked about that brother chemistry. And then the patience right there to know that Mox is going to slide back out.
So Pristini got 4 of the final 5.
Yeah.
Woo! That is a big, big win.
Well, and we always talk about for him as well as an individual, we know he is a confidence guy, like just has huge swings.
A moment like that's got to be huge for him going forward in this series, you're saying? And that, I mean, that is maybe a series-saving play, because you lose that, you go to round 5, Gen G's got defense.
They have streaks.
That's going to be bordering on, not impossible to win, but very, very difficult to win. The favor certainly wouldn't be to E-United. So Pristini, with that, saves the series for E-United, but that's just one step. They got to win 2 more maps. Well, that was wild. Today's been fun.
I'm sure it's tough for Gen G fans, probably thinking, like, I know this story. Going up 2-0 in a series.
Hi.
I know how this works.
Well, and Gen G, a team that has not come up in those clutch-type moments like that where they have an advantage. And I know a 5v3, you're on offense. It's almost not like a 5v3 in a way, but you have the numbers. You're battling into difficult spots, but...
Yeah, I mean, there was just 2 moments, right, where it was Envoy losing the one-on-one to Clay. The second one was Pristini helping Arcedes, because Arcedes staying alive forces Mox to slide to that corner and put himself in that position. I mean, if Arcedes doesn't go down, Pristini's not there to help. It's a 2v1 against Pristini. Like, and those players are probably going to jump on the tank, stay in the corners, whatever it is. It's so hard for Pristini to get back into church.
A nice little play between the brothers there to
Yep.
close it out.
Telepathically, they were talking.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you think of that statue, that art?
I'm going to put it in my living room. Looks kind of big, though, Joe.
It'd be too big for your living room.
Well, let's see if E-United can win a hard point. It was fast and frantic on the frequency, and that paid off for what Gen G was trying to do, but you couldn't ask for a much better opening from E-United this time. 5 kills in. It's been all kills for E-United, not a single one on the board for Gen G.
Reminds you of map 1 right now. I mean, it reminds you exactly like map 1. Can someone on E-United find some streaks early in the map? Envoy brings it back, puts Gen G in the kill count.
Simp, all right. Nice shots there to finish a kill and almost a third. Nice opening from E-United now. Clayster, the new main ICR on this E-United team, just locking down Lambo. Needs to hit his shots. Major Maniac lurking out in water. Clay nearly ripped, but able to back up to Lambo yet again. Then Simp comes in on the flank. Simp and Abizi combined to take down 2. 4 down now for Gen G. 5 down as they'll start to build the next push, spawning out towards back garage. How many kills do you have for Gen G right now?
4. You have 8. You have 8. You have 7 on Simp.
Yeah,
so
it has been.
It's one-sided, just like game number 1 was. Except it's E-United who has this early lead. Again, the only difference, you just don't have some streaks. Simp just feels like him and Abizi have woken on up now. 8-2 start for Simp. 7-3 start for Abizi.
All right, now let's get over to fences. Pristini ready and waiting. First gunfight goes his way. Tries to challenge top. A caught between 2 players will get dropped. But United in the hard point. They might be able to chain 3 in a row. Simp continues to chop them down. Abizi then comes in with the help with the Maddox, so Simp is able to stay up. Nobody in the hard point for now, though, as Spacely gets the pick, I believe, from
Big
top.
break.
A much-needed break, considering the scoreline.
And they find all the kills that they need. Finally get Simp out of that shed. These 30 seconds, if they can get him, put him right back into the game. But we talked about the break from Gen G. United respond with one of their own to find the scrap time. The final 20 seconds, Gen G, they spawn at Rock. They're going to rotate.
Need more on Hacienda? break, 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 break. It's usually what it is. ICR on ICR. Mox gets the upper hand in that one as Clay tries to peek from top window. A nice stun, though, from Pristini. Gets him a kill, but Havoc there for the insta-trade. Now Rock will pop. How much time can Gen G get?
You off now, right,
put
Denzel?
Pressure on E-United. Envoy flanks 1.
Yay.
2 down for Gen G. Is now the pressure starting to build. They got 3 out towards Waterside. Is Gen G going to be ready for this? Big one-on-one from Abizi. He's going to track down 2.
I am picking my mom up from work. Nice.
BZ 12 and 5 on a force for you right now.
You driving.
280 off of streaks. Getting close to the grab slam as well. Knows the pressure is going to be from top hallway. Not able to find the kill. Arcitys. There's a nade over top.
He's hopped out in the water, and his teammates have picked up the time. Lead built up to 60 once again. Somehow they come out with the victory there at top halls, but just for a moment. Arcitys able to rip Spacely then out of the new hard point as we get into the second set of rotations. He's already had 22 engagements.
I am about to die.
Work inside that lobby. Glacier bobbing up and down. Trying to stay alive on that fountain. Interesting too, I always remember, for some reason it sticks out to me, Gen G at times, as Arcitys snaps on
Laughing with the car.
Another one.
Some nice shots. Those were some sick and crisp shots from Arcitys now in his new role as the Maddox.
But yeah, Gen G was a team that liked to run 2 SOGs on this map from time to time, and you think maybe that's going to happen with the SOG buff, but right now they have 3 Maddoxes out. A trophy that take down Mox. Not what he wants.
My sister driving us back home, thankfully.
Yeah.
Nation YT.
That is tough.
In comes Havoc, dies to a car, takes Pristini with him because the car gets smoked.
Yeah, Gen G are efficiently trading for United themselves.
Yeah. Somehow, they're still here in the hard point. Contested.
Take the risks, LOL.
Rotator defense again, number 5 in the minimap. That's Pristini getting set up. They'll give up the final 15 or so seconds.
Emoji happy tears. Emoji happy tears.
Shed and Simp was dominant until he got cleared out. This time it'll be Pristini. Just trying to listen for the push. That's a stun in, slides away, gets the cover, comes out of the stun, can't quite do it. 2
I love me too much.
War Machine now out from Envoy, that's 4 down for E United. Arcitys the lone man up. As everyone now comes off and tries to rotate back to the point, but bit by bit, it feels like Gen G just very slowly chipping away at the lead.
And it's down to 30 now. Closer and closer to 20. Yeah, their contest at Garage was great. I mean, the fact that they were able to hit majority of the time there.
Yeah, like I felt like it was more 50-50, but like I looked at the scoreboard, I'm like, nah, Gen G are chipping away at this.
You right. Emoji happy tears.
Take the lead for the first time in this game.
Havoc
starts to get going.
150 off streaks now, 5 in a row for him. Looking to make a big play as they get towards Rock.
LOL.
Nice patience there. Gets the assist on it, so he gets closer. 50 off now. Tried to get into the hard point first, maybe get some more points. Not able to do it. It's Envoy and Havoc are just slaughtering right now. 6 in a row for Envoy, 5 in a row for Havoc.
How crazy is it that they have a lead when their Maddox duo is double negative?
Abizi grab slams the Rock to no avail. Streaks now for Havoc. Snapping,
hopefully
sliding.
my Apex updated. If it didn't, I am deleting it.
Going to come in from Arcitys. Hits the shots. Nice one over the top as well as Mox will fall. And the streak conversation for Gen G now gone is they'll call one in, and now it's Arcitys that's damn close. He's 100 off, picking up his lightning. Hits another
Laughing.
150 off of the Hellstorm.
That's tough. I should have checked mine.
Mox rips him out of the window. The Tempest had just run out right before that moment. 10-point game.
We go back to this Fountain Hill. Tac 5 in from Gen G.
It better be good.
Arcitys with a nice nade.
Hold that.
It's Envoy. Someone's just got to get on. Finally, Gen G able to get a body on it. Well, they just have to watch over him. It really feels like E United putting so much focus on this rock control for Garage Hill. Trying to make sure they have the spawns they want as they send 3 players towards that side.
Yeah, as you're trying to get stuff, you're giving them a ton of time though, inside the hard point. Envoy at the table, he's made lunch, enjoying a meal for 2. Is Gen G are just going to get far too much time off of this. And I've just been watching kind of that number 10 on the minimap as he just keeps repositioning based on the top hall control from United. No one even gets a shot in on him. Finally, he'll rotate out. He'll allow Mox to pick up the remaining time. He'd love to get your ICR into that position and let Envoy kind of go wild.
Or this is what you were playing for if you were for Garage. You have to try to lock this down. Like you said, gave up so much time, but I don't know if they are. Major Maniac's going to get in, able to find one.
It's still a bit messy. Envoy is still here. Finally traded out.
Push.
All right. What, 35 up.
Havoc's getting close to grab. A lot of specialists. 3 specialists coming up. Oh, that's a bad nade. Not good. I'm going to put it in the door. There we go.
Instead, in Pristini's lap. Good hold for United.
Clayster just got the dickhead glitching ass.
Back and get inside. Nice shots from him onto Mox. Wins that ICR and ICR battle, but there's 2 players from back garage, and Gen G have now gotten in. They've also sent Envoy on the rotation. Can the other 4 hold here as Envoy tries to get set up early?
And RC's actually used a lightning there with about 15 seconds
LOL.
left. He called that in.
Brashidi wins that one-on-one. 13-point lead to Gen G. E United in defenses. Gen G looking for the big break. Envoy has War Machine available, now into Shed. Engineer on, trophy up. Can't opt to use that or the cluster for now, but it's a Tempest that comes in. Major Maniac able to connect. Tac 5 out. That's one counter to Tac 5. 3 are going to drop. He was trying to take out the trophy, I believe.
I think he thought that was a player that was alive. I think he just thought it was a player that was alive. Ends up shooting at the dead body.
I was wondering what he was shooting at. I was like, maybe he tried to get the trophy.
Behind that, E United find the opening because they take Major Maniac down. So E United cannot win here, but they're going to get darn close.
Nice. Slide away from Arcides, but unfortunately for him, slides into another player. Over the 240 mark goes E United. Envoy and Havoc, though, they win the fights towards Rock, so Gen G will get in first.
You have like a mirror in the specialist. You almost have Grab and War Machine on the side of E United. You have it on the side of Gen G.
Split push now for E United. 2 towards Garage, 2 towards Boathouse, the 2 towards Garage. Fried. Envoy, now with War Machine in hand, it's doing damage. One side was Major Maniac, the other side locked down by Envoy and Spacely. Spacely, though, gets zapped, fried, and cooked as he gets ripped out of window.
Havoc was trying to set up
Reverse sweep.
Timed it wrong.
Couldn't set it up, doesn't come in. Now a contest inside the hard point.
War Machine out from Simp, and he's able to connect with a Beezy. 3 seconds, he did the grab, he stops the grab.
Simp punches him and shuts it down, and E United get the map for victory. Another game 5. That's what, 3 today? That was a melee and a half. Havoc just couldn't find a spot to get it in. Tried once.
Well, he grapples over. I think he's just trying to time it. But the problem is there's nobody on the contest, so you're not going to use it for nothing.
Tough.
Then as he's trying to back away from that, he gets killed.
Dude got hit mid-grind. Emoji happy tears.
All right. We've had 3 game 5s now today. The next one, E United, Gen G.
Equal shitty. La 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 la. TF. URL.
Back-to-back game fives, and we've had
Gen G better not choke or they are some clowns.
Round 11 play, the round 11 play and the reciprocity
I mean, you
series.
just watch game 5 in that one and just see ridiculousness.
Yeah, no, it has just been absolute insanity in the game fives, and I'm hoping this brings us some more. We're going to be going to Payload. Whew, and Gen G, they handled business in the first search. Yet to lose with Spacely in the lineup. And they get
They
another
stay
one here.
undefeated. I mean, we saw Envy try to break their curse, not able to do so in a game 5.
Nation
Gen
YT.
G, can they keep their streak alive? Their streak's a little bit better, though.
Yeah.
It's in the W column.
United, very aggressive. In towards A. Havoc looking for a pick. The slide comes through, but Simp wins it. Simp dominates the inner lab. Him and a beast, and the two Sogs just get 4. Gen G wiped off the board as soon as Havoc dropped. The first domino to fall. Everyone else went with him. Nice round from United offensively to open it up.
I'd hate to be that rotation player. Guys like Zero, Mox, they just got to be so annoying.
Yeah, that one game we watched with Zero.
All right.
5 of it.
I'll jump off.
Yeah.
Like,
just let me try and clutch this one.
yeah. This is the 1v5, guys. I got it.
Looks like Simp maybe shot calling with Arceus talking through the next round. Two, 3 split defensively for E United. 4-man hit for Gen G over towards
Facts.
A. Havoc will be playing on an island on the other side of it. Pristini, the fact he's able to get a kill there, huge, but he does get dropped, and then the numbers for a moment I thought were going to be to Gen G, but it's going to be a 3v2, 3v1 for E United. Havoc
and Simp, they both find openings on the flank. The problem, Havoc takes a little bit longer as he's trying to work his way. What though, after those first 2 games, you saw it in game 3. Simp and Abizi have come alive here. Talked about who's got the better Sog duo. I'll tell you what, the first half, you can give it to Havoc and Envoy. This second half,
all United.
All of the United.
Havoc. Thought for a second maybe he was going to go for this, but there's 15 seconds left. He's got to get the plant. Simp is spotting. Simp saw him. Havoc just gets off the map. So Havoc just did a lap around the map to hop off.
Yeah, it almost seemed like he was trying to bait out someone watching the bomb, maybe force out a 1 versus 1. Nobody bites though on the side of United because they weren't even there.
Nice flank from Simp. Nice first blood from Pristini. Nice round from United.
Yeah, who was it? Pristini and Abizi that just stayed alive on that middle platform for so long, and those two are just buying time for Simp, right? That's all that is to give Simp time to work the flank, and they did it marvelously. And now is going to round number 3. Finally a B hit.
That stun hits everyone on United. Somehow they obviously only lost 1 in the process, but now 2 more will drop. Great stunning from Gen G.
And I don't hate it from United because they went to A last round. You're hoping Gen G's making an adjustment towards that A side to stop the push. You're hoping you can catch Mox off, right? What we just saw in their last defensive round where Mox was alone towards that B side. If they can bully him, they get a free bomb plant.
It doesn't go that way.
Doesn't go that way. No, Gen G, instead of stacking A, they actually send nobody there and stack B.
So the read works out for Gen G. And a great stun gives them a 5v3 advantage. Now United just, they're playing it slow, trying to maybe bait out a rotation. Arcides gets the bomb, takes down 1, but that's all he's able to do. Now Simp, the quick scope wizard, the strife wizard. It's 2v3 for E United, 15 seconds.
Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb.
Okay.
Mary had a little lamb who ate lots of pussy. La 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 la.
Yeah.
Through skulls.
That Strife is nasty, though.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, I was watching Use It in Blackout the other day. I was like, what is this?
That's real good.
I think it was dominating. So Gen G get a huge round. Nice read on the different hit from E United. A little bit of luck on their side, but they make the play.
Who's spamming?
2-1 edge E United. Sim's got his cluster available. He's got a 5-1 start.
Please don't.
Gen G got back to this A hit. This time he
I don't
Sim to
know,
deal with.
yet I can't see it lol.
Lab last time.
You have Envoy watching the flank, but this is a slow build up right now towards A, and you have the option to hit middle tunnel. There's not platform control, so if they want to just slip
Me
on through
either.
and go to B, they can. You have a BZ locking that down.
Sorry.
Who's going to find that first blood? You can see that player trying to catch a timing on a BZ. Who's that Havoc?
You
You
good.
have Envoy working the flank, and that's not going to work out for a BZ. And now
I
that
was
middle
ready to
rotation is
time
even
out
more so.
someone.
I
Emoji happy
might
tears.
call for it.
So you still got 3 players here from E United.
Yeah, well, now they're going to plant the bomb.
They're going to go for it.
Yep.
One slip through. He's going to get the palm planter, though.
He's stuck.
Basically didn't spot him. Simp got in, but Simp will get dropped. 4v2 now for Gen G.
LOL.
The ICRs have got to make the play. Gets his leg. Both drop, though. The 2 songs come in. The melees come in. Gen G get the round. 2 in a row for them now. We're all square.
Just worked, they say, sight for so long. But it's that first blood on Abizi. He was their first rotator, right? When they commit to that A bomb set, he explodes out of there. Maybe he can find the first blood.
It looks like they read him again. Looks like they read him again. Y'all 4 here from Gen G. Envoy 100 off of streaks.
Maybe a little bit of a slower default for United as they start to spread on out.
Yeah, I thought they were going to get aggressive.
Yeah, it looked like they were, and then they sort of were like, now let's do something different.
Yeah, look how spread they are. Now favoring the B side. Spacely the spotter.
Well, and they've read this correctly, actually, because Spacely's the only one here. Can they catch him? Whereas Spacely, gonna if he would have had 2 kills. That is tough.
And right now he's saying, oh, my timing must have been horrendous. And yes, it absolutely was. Look at number 5 in the minimap. It's Clayster. It's going way around.
One player's Havoc was looking for it. Havoc's looking for it. Look at Havoc. He knows. Yep, look at that.
Nice read from Havoc. First blood to Gen G. Now Havoc will get back in the mix and they'll go for the retake. Desperately trying to get streaks is Envoy. The cluster backs him up for a moment. He wants to push behind. The cluster actually gets a kill. He gets a second. That streaks now for Envoy. He's 6-2. 2 players in front of him. 1 player left. A BZ will drop. Nice retake from Gen G, but Havoc, what a read on the other side of the map.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It looked like from what we saw, obviously, that he didn't get like fog of war or anything. It looked like he just had an idea that that was open. Maybe they know Clayster likes to play those late flanks, but that's the round. I mean, E United is backing up, giving away map position so Clay can make his play. And that doesn't happen. And then they have to try to, you can see what RC's is trying to throw a nade at the bomb. They have no eyes on it. They don't have top catwalk control. They just get bullied out of the bomb.
And now you have those added streaks to use. Where do they really come into play on a map like Payload?
Not a lot. I would honestly say the strongest thing is probably the ping, right? Just to get that information.
Havoc might get a ping too.
Yeah, maybe you could put it through the top window at A and get something lucky or catch someone at the outer bomb sites, but there's a ton of cover on Payload. Unless Gen G has some like curved missile thing that they do on this map too.
We'll see. Through mid-tunnel we go. 4 players there for Gen G. Abizi's about to be swarmed. Abizi's going to be swarmed. I thought he was going to get caught, but he's able to back up. Has a little bit of help there as well. The stun will come in, though. Pristini's going to peek 1 for 1. Will be the trade. RC's from top
Nation
window.
YT.
Shots and gets away with his life as the numbers for Gen G dwindle.
Mid-tunnel is the one place where we haven't seen an offensive team really take over.
There's been like barely any gunfights there at all.
Usually that's where we see a lot of the action, but Havoc's going to need a free bomb plant plus some streaks.
The streak could be big here if they can keep him in the back.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you get a ping here, but I think they know. You spot all the United players are going to back your way. Comes down to individual fights right now. And look at number 8. That's Envoy going on a reflank. He's going on a reflank. Havoc finds 2.
What a play from Havoc. Now a 2 versus 2. Envoy on the flank. What a round there from Gen G. 3v4, but Havoc is a madman.
His teammates gassing him up right now. That's what you love to see. A great individual play, though. That's what it comes down to. When you're just waiting for
Havoc
that
just
fight
snapped.
to come. Because what happens if he doesn't win this, they're able to basically trap Major Maniac, and then
Cracked.
all that time when Envoy's going on the flank, they're like, someone should turn around. Someone should turn around, right? So that's what would have happened. They catch Envoy out. They use the defuse. Instead, they have to overcommit bodies, and Gen G clutch that one on out. Now you have 2 sets of streaks.
Jesus. Gen G's having fun. I like that reaction from them after the round. Just supreme gas everywhere. Hellstorm just going to hover. Spacely gets a first blood onto Arcades. Spacely gets a second kill as well.
That's bomb. Hey, bomb's here.
Yeah.
Just sitting on the ledge.
5v3 for Gen G as they are dominating another search and destroy against E United. They just seem to be the superior team in this mode right now.
And it's such a team effort, too. Like, look at the scoreboard. There's nobody really standing out. I guess Envoy at 7 and 3, but
yeah,
you have 3 players at 5. It's a balanced effort from this team.
They're able to get the bomb. Can they do anything with it with 25 seconds remaining? Clayster to BZ still up. BZ does get 1 kill, 2 versus 3 now, 15 seconds to go. Clayster gets a flank. Suddenly it's a 2 versus 2. Things falling apart for Gen G, but don't think there's enough time. Big one-on-one win from Havoc. He'll back away, but the bomb will get planted. Now a BZ, a chance to clutch, but Mox gets the angle round to Gen G. 5th on the board.
Yeah, Tommy's almost don't go their way, but they just had so many bodies up. And the time was against United. They had to get the plant down.
Thought Major Maniac was going to get punched in the head there.
It's close. They have to
For
go
sure.
fast. It's a small opening.
Best play to Clay, but fortunately for him and United, it's not.
It's over from here.
Clay was the second guy that got smoked in tunnel too. That's so tough though. Like, it's Havoc with the SOG, just able to wide strafe like that. Clay's got an ICR in there. Like, that's not an easy kill, but whew, it's a frustrating death. Perhaps the final round now is Gen G. Here's the build-up. Takes the one-on-one. Simp with that SOG. Wow.
All right. Now that you wanted to see more examples of the hit scan SOG.
We've had it. We've had several today.
Simple show you. Can't wait to watch guys like Priest on this thing. Jeez Louise.
It's a shoulder party. Simp just wisely backs up for now. They've got the numbers to play behind. Well, as I say that, he slides out and challenges and gets gone. I was like, he's playing it so well.
Addicts, maybe. Well, puts it through the roof, able to find a kill.
Hell, what a missile that was. 4v3 now to Gen G. Envoy can't quite snap as Clayster brings it to 3 versus 3. They're rotating this bomb, and at the same time, look at them rotating out. And
They should make pub search to 6 as well. Think it would be lit
They're able to
lol.
rotate over and get bomb planted, though. Can he get away from this? Can he get away from this?
Pristini, he shouldered it first. He was shouldering it for the information.
2v3 now for Spacely and Havoc. Saw one cross. Havoc in from behind. Stun gonna be out, though. Sets up Pristini to go in for the kill. Pristini to BZ get the final 2, and E United get a 3rd round. He's 3 more. I mean, we've had so many round 11s. Just get us to round 11. Why not? All right. You survive one streak usage, it gets a kill as well.
To many people. Plus 150 health.
Appreciate that, Joe.
Maybe top 3. I'll play top 3. Is that better?
Yeah,
I got you.
Jeez, I mean, I wasn't going to show it on camera. My feelings were destroyed there.
Blackout with he's number 2, though.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Can United do it? Mox getting dangerously close to attack 5. Havoc might get another grab slam. We know how that ended things for United. Havoc with the first blood.
Oh, bye.
Pristini gets the kill before he goes on a little tour of the underground. Trade after trade leaves Jin G up 3 versus 2. RC's in Clayster. ICR's in hand. They somehow got a clutch up.
I meant 6 rounds. My bad. Emoji happy tears.
It doesn't look good.
Can they catch a timing? Can they catch a timing? That was it. Major Maniac able to stay alive. Clayster's shots don't connect. RC's forces
Oh
on 1
yeah, they
versus 2.
should.
Can he make the play in the 1v3 to keep
He at least has bomb, so he can move around the map as he wants.
Got a frag grenade too, which could be huge if he gets it planted. It looks like he'll have the opportunity to do so. Reads it well.
Okay. So Moxley, Major Maniac probably thought he's gonna wrap all the way around. See now.
He doesn't have dead silence.
Hear him.
I thought they were going to there. They didn't. They somehow didn't. No, now they did. Now they turn around. He gets 1. The trade's there. Mox, plenty of time. The TAC 5 on top. And that is series to Jin G. They take the games 1 and 2. Ultimately, they win both search and destroys. They remain undefeated with Spacely in that mode. Big win for Jin G, and now your battle for that #1 spot for United continues.
Knew they would
Secure
LOL.
one more series. They have what, Midnight
GG.
and Optic?
Optic.
Midnight and Optic Gaming left.
Both those teams are 2-0 to start the week.
But for Gen G, I mean, games 1 and 2, they looked great. Then E United woke on up, but game 4 to me, I thought like
Almost
after the
reverse
start
sweep
that E
though.
United had, it was a heck of an effort to fight their way back into that game number 4. But their search and destroy stays perfect with Spacely.
Oh, what a series that we had. Two game 5s. That was a whole hell of a lot of fun. Teams looking strong in certain modes, looking vulnerable in others. I think this is all exciting. Ramping up towards Miami. But yeah, some sloppy plays, some incredible plays today. I feel like we kind of had it all throughout the course of the day, but we're almost done. We're almost done. But the guy that was an absolute beast, he had the ace behind the grab slam earlier. It's a PlayStation instant reaction with Havoc.
Thank you, Clint. So yesterday you already clinched your playoff spot. Today you come in and beat E United. How are you feeling?
We're feeling good. You know, we're a new team, and we definitely showed that we're a new team right there because we made a lot of mistakes, but we clutched up, and that's really all that matters. So.
And before this, your coach, Joey Nubsy, called it a revamped squad, and it is looking really strong despite those mistakes you were talking about. What is it about this squad that is so strong?
I think right now, Space has some chemistry with us because we teamed before, and we're kind of in a honeymoon stage, I guess. And we're clicking on all cylinders, but sometimes we just don't slow down. And our comms can be a little hectic, so that's really what we have to fix.
One other thing Joey did point out is the hard point needs a little fixing up. Would you agree with that? And what else do you think you need to do before you're ready for playoffs?
I would say the big AR maps like Hacienda and Arsenal and Hardpoint definitely need some tuning because Space is kind of a sub player and Dylan is, and so am I, so it's kind of weird. But we're just going to scrim a lot and lock those maps down, and then we'll
Honeymoon stage,
right,
sound
so
fruity, emoji happy tears.
Reaction. Over to Katie at the desk.
Thank you, Jess. And another game 5, this time Gen G coming out on top over E United. And Pac-Man, off that interview...
FR. URL.
It was back and forth for both of them.
Yeah.
I mean, of all the series we saw today, I felt like we kind of learned the least from this one.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, United was starting to get really good at respawn. I mean, at the last event, their hardpoint was fantastic. That map won. Obviously, Gen G destroyed them. But, you know, United search and destroy woes continue. We talked about it in the segment previous to this one. We were like, United, although they won yesterday, it wasn't pretty at all. Some miraculous things had to happen for them to win. They lose 6-2 and 6-3. Gen G proving that, you know, they are still remaining the most consistent search and destroy team over the last few months.
Study, we've seen so many amazing things from someone like Simp, but now kind of that we've gotten into things a little bit, it feels like maybe he's kind of not necessarily come back down to earth, but we're not seeing as much.
Oh, he's getting leveled
God
out.
tier.
He's not having God tier like that one tournament he had. Oh, it's
But
definitely.
you can't maintain that, right?
There's no way. The guy was averaging
Said it
basically
right
at 1.4 throughout the entire series. Every single map, the guy was just doing what he needed to do.
Nation
Then
YT.
eventually, people start studying your gameplay, start realizing what you do. Like, we don't see Simp pulling out that sniper in S&D a lot because people understand what he's going to be doing. And their S&D is obviously lacking because in the beginning it was hard to read Simp because you just didn't know what he did. And now teams are definitely starting to understand. Gen G definitely showed it, at least winning 2 S&Ds in this series. They didn't skip a beat, man. Spacer came back. Now they're 12-0 in S&D, even though it's probably irrelevant because it doesn't really matter. But just overall, I feel like Gen G is the best S&D team in this game.
I mean, when we first started watching Gen G and they were dominating in search and they went on that first, like, what was it, 6-0 streak in search, you're like, okay, they're really good at it. What are they doing? And they kept just wrapping bombs back and forth. They started that sort of meta in search and destroy in this game, and we see them now. It's just fine-tuned. It's perfect. Everybody's comfortable. Everybody's comfortable making plays on the map, and they just look amazing all around.
Let's pull up our standings for these divisions because E-United lost, which means that they have not secured that top spot for their division. Again, they do have to go 2-2 on the week to be able to secure it, so still more than likely that it's going to happen. But
I'm pretty sure on the Division B side, not too sure, but I'm pretty sure that top 4 teams are probably locked. There's no way Units is going to be able to pass with 8 wins compared to the team above them with 10 wins. So
yeah, so
Yes.
it is correct. Yeah, all the division teams, the top 4 are locked for playoff bracket.
yeah, that's true. And I mean, what a relief that must be for those teams to know that they've got that. They're avoiding that play-in bracket. But I do want to talk about our Astro MVP candidate of the day. That is Dylan on Reciprocity, just really throwing his team on his back and carrying them all the way to that win.
Unbelievable.
He was going crazy today.
I can't believe he had 40 for the loss and control.
I just, like...
He looked frustrated.
The
You saw him. He was like,
gunfights
"What?"
that Dylan wins are absurd. Like, every single gunfight he gets in, it, from the other person's perspective, looks like the hardest gunfight ever. Yeah. And from his perspective, he just beams them.
His centering is insane, right? Yeah, it's crazy. Always snapping right on the middle. People really quick. He's just an unreal talent in this game. I mean, once Reciprocity figures it out, they're going to be a problem.
I mean, his map awareness as well is on another level. Like, in Search and Destroy, as soon as they're going for retakes, like, he'll get that first kill. He'll know exactly where that guy's going to be. And he, like, glanced at his mini-map for a second and see where people are shooting from. And he just runs to the other side of the map. And he just knows where people are going to be. It's like his anticipation, comboed with his gun skill and his centering. Like, was unstable 220 map 1.
Yeah. But it was elevated.
Yeah, but he did it.
But he did.
Sorry, everybody boosters.
This makes a lot of sense,
Envoy
right?
is just super consistent now in this game too. I actually think that Envoy might be the best SOG in Black Ops 4. I really do. Or Priest. Priest is a good answer too. I mean, there's a few.
I think both of them are top 3 SOG.
I think Envoy's disgusting at this game.
He is really,
that was a crazy
really
good
good.
pickup that they made. I don't know what Midnight was doing with the. They had Bracken and Envoy.
Well, obviously didn't quite
Now
work out for them, but let's pull up our schedule now, move things along. We're done for the day. A few game 5s before we're able to close things out. You can see our schedule for Wednesday, 2 more days there worth of Pro League before we are done, and chances are dwindling for teams to secure the playoff bracket slots now that we're halfway done with the week. Midnight smoked Heretics 3-0 in a lightning-fast opening series. Optic took down Elevate 3-2 in the first Game 5 of the day, thanks to Whaler's monumental blunder, followed by Envy pushing a second Game 5, but they couldn't close it out in that S&D. The final Game 5 of the night did go to Gen G, and Wednesday we'll kick things off with Gen G versus Elevate.
Well, GG LOL. Envy versus Optic about to be a stream over.